Big up, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Talk Back Tuesday. This is the show where you get to come on and have your say about the day's events, the matches, uh, city in general, Champions League. There's a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, and this is a chance where you get to come on and have your say. Uh, I've got Luke from Not in My Lifetime with me. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, good. First of all, can you hear me okay? That all
Yes,
good.
sir. I can hear you. I can hear
I'm
you.
using my iPad. My laptop's at home. I'll actually have the game today, so I've just
Ah,
come up with the game. Uh, yeah. To be honest with you, right, it's my first loss. I've seen I think 13 home games. I'm on a 12-game winning streak. So today was the end, sadly. But at least domestically, it's still unbeaten still. So hopefully
all
that will
right.
change it
Fair
for me.
enough.
So
Big up. Looks like Louis is jumping on. Let's get him on here. Big up, Louis.
Safe man.
Before we get too much into the events of the game, the rest of the matches around Europe, I do want to shout out everybody that is here. So big up to Ash. Appreciate you for being here. Big up Snoopy. Always here. Appreciate you, sir. Dylan Pepper Squad. Kate Hargreaves.
okay.
Big up to everybody else that's here that may not have put a message in the chat, but certainly appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. Again, as always, this show is really your show. Effectively it's a call-in show. It's a chance for you to call in and have your say, whether it be about a call that happened on the pitch, whether it be about a call that was made by the manager, player, whatever. Right? We're gonna try to be. We're not even gonna try. We're gonna be respectful of each other, but we're gonna be able to have honest conversations, and sometimes those things aren't always comfortable. So this is the place to come do it. Again, not everybody here has to be a City fan. We'll talk about some of the other things that's going on as well. But for the most part, we're City fans, and we're going to talk about a lot of what's going on in Manchester City. So again, appreciate everyone for being here. If you haven't already, do me a favor. If you are here for the first time, do me a favor, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. But regardless, do me a favor, hit that like button. All of those things go a long way to helping me as I try to build this channel, and really just create this space where I can come and share my thoughts, share my feelings, share my whatever, my takes with everybody else in the community that we're building here. So do me a favor, just support. And like I said, we want to make sure that we are respectful. Trying to get to 500 likes, or excuse me, 500 subscribers. So help me with that. And then feel free to get in the chat. Let's make it lively. Let's keep it going, because we use that often to kind of help drive the conversation. So if you want to come on, there is a pinned message in the chat. It should be at the very top. It has a link, and click that link. It'll put you into backstage, if you want to call it that. Put you backstage. I can bring you on, and you can have your say. Some people come on, Louis and Luke. They might come on and stay all day. They might come on and only be here for 5 or 10 minutes. It's entirely up to you. But we do want to hear from you. That's what this is intended for. So, big up Luke. Big up Louis.
Big up, mate.
Obviously, I don't think today went the way that anybody thought it was going to go. Luke, you were at the match. Tell me what your take was, how it went, being in the stands, all of that. Oh, he might be frozen. Louis, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
All right. What about you? Tell me what your thoughts were about today's game, and then we'll try to get Luke back on as soon as he can come back on.
Today's game. Well, we had a con man as a ref. That's first and foremost.
Okay, so con man as a ref. What happened to make you think it was a con man? And I think maybe hold on real quick. I want to shout out. I think maybe the stream over at Mo's channel might have jumped over. So big up to Mo and everybody that came over. Again, for those that have just come over, if this is your first time, do me a favor, do support the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. But this is really effectively a call-in show. So yeah, I'm a City fan. People that are on here are going to be City fans, but you may not be. So you may not agree with what I say, and that's perfectly fine. This is your chance to hit that button in the chat, in the pinned message. There is a link. If you want to come on and have your say and tell me why Arsenal are going to win, or tell me why Arsenal are going to win on Sunday, feel free to do all those things. Again, the only thing I ask everybody is that we just try to make sure we keep it respectful. Other than that, you can banter away. All right. So Luke, got you back, man. Let's get Kelkster on here. Big up Kelkster. So Luke, you were at the game.
Yep.
Oh no, Luke's streak is broken.
Yes. So he broke the streak.
Yeah.
He said it earlier. He had been to 12 straight wins. And now dropped the game. So now
that's right.
the 13th is always unlucky anyway.
Luke, you got to put it on the con man, by the way. You got to put it on the con man because he was a fucking joke tonight.
So you're upset about the ref. Tell me about, so Luke, in the stadium, in the Etihad, what was the feeling around just the match itself, the ref, all the things? Tell me about what your thoughts were.
All right. Well, first off, I'd like to know what had happened if Pep screwed around last week. Because if we had got a draw at that game, we would have probably beaten Madrid tonight, because Madrid were terrible. I'm sorry. Vinicius Jr. was not
even at 10 men. Tonight. Even at 10 men. Even at 10 men, we looked.
Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. are still in Kushnov's pocket tonight. That's all 2 goals. Don't really care. Your ass. Bayern Munich are going to batter them, by the way. But that's me on Madrid anyway tonight. Apart from Valverde, I like him. I do like Valverde. He's a baller.
Luke, I think our boys well, he's older than us anyway, but he's better. He's more Brazilian than Vinicius, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. Like he was Savinho's better.
But who?
Savinho's more Brazilian than Vinicius Jr. is right now.
No, I was talking about Lewis Hamilton.
Right, yeah. Sorry, I didn't hear you, bro. Sorry.
Talking about Formula One, Louis, in our watch along earlier. You would have loved it.
Yeah, right.
Someone said Steve shaved, and someone said he looked like George Russell.
Anyway, right.
The politician, fuck him.
Back on the game. Anyway. So, for me personally, right, the referee was crap, but I think for me, the penalty that Madrid got, I wasn't complaining with, because I thought, like, I get why, because his arm was up. He's a bit of a dodgy one.
He's literally moved.
So does anybody not think it was a red card? I mean, does anybody legitimately not think it was a red?
However, I will say we should have had a penalty before that. Shirky got fouled.
Yes.
Yes. And also the handball, the corner. Yeah. So this is the thing. Fine margin. Kelps, from what I saw at the game, I can see a good angle of it. If Madrid are getting a penalty for that, we should get the same thing for our way. But it's margins. But
I don't think that's the same thing, though, Luke. I mean, because to Kelkster's point, when the ball's coming at Bernardo, he literally puts his arm up.
Yeah, that's the right call.
It was that, and he went like.
He literally did it on purpose.
He moves towards the ball. You can't. If that had been against us, we all would have been going crazy.
Well, Tariq, Gahey at the end off the line.
He was poor. Well, no, but Gahey was poor.
But no, the header off the line was fine. After that wasn't great. But I'm just sort of saying. The thing is tonight, right? Tonight showed me exactly what we're missing right now. Finishers in this team. I'm sorry, the amount of chances that we had in that game to put 3 or 4 or 5 past them. They brought Courtois for Lunin. We should have started smashing the shots at them. We didn't do it. And this is where I'm at right now. We're not a bad football team. The problem is with us right now is up front. We haven't got... The goals are just lacking. Like, Doku today was brilliant. I want to give Doku a lot of credit today. He absolutely ran the show on the left-hand side. Him and Shirky were brilliant. I thought Rodri first half was a bit shaky. Second half a little bit better before he came off. It was good to see Nico G on the pitch. So I wouldn't say he was great himself, but I think it's his first game back in however long, so I get it. Kushnov today was absolutely outstanding today. Honestly, that kid, like, was he perfect? No, but the defense itself, right, for me, was never the issue anyway today. It was never the issue today. I'm sorry, but anyone complaining about the defence now, you got to realise if we're going to play attacking football, you're going to expect to concede goals here and there. It's going to happen. But tonight was more about us putting the ball at the back of the net, and I don't think we did it anywhere near enough tonight. Well, Briggsy, I agree. For me, is right. I know the decision wasn't helpful, but our finishing wasn't good enough out today either. It should have been at least 2 or 3 goals today, minimum.
Yeah.
And
he said we got to do our own jobs.
Exactly.
Again, I think that if we're not careful, it sounds like
50 went against us.
But it sounds a little bit like sour grapes, if we're being honest, right? If we win this match and then we say all these things, nobody's going to complain. But if you lose the match and then you say all the things and you're talking about the ref and this, that, and the other, then it feels like, okay, we're sour grapes, or what's another, because we talk about. So to be fair, right, we criticized Arsenal a few years ago and we talked about mentality and all that. That's what I question right now with the fan base as a whole, right? It's like we can't, again, we lost the match, and I understand that there are things that happen. There's context to it, right? No doubt. But to the point, we got to do our own job. We got to own our own responsibility. We can't, to Harry's other point, can't blame the refs. Again, doesn't mean the ref was perfect. Doesn't mean the ref got it all right. At the end of the day,
he was a con man.
The real conversation, to Luke's point when he first jumped on, the real conversation is not about tonight. The real conversation is about last week, because we didn't do enough in that match to give us a chance in this one. The tie was already over with. We were all hoping for Remontada and all this other stuff. It was all wishful thinking. It was not based in reality. It was hopeful.
Tarek, I spoke to
and tell me why my favorite non-City midfielder is Benny Valverde.
Yeah.
I love Valverde. I'd pay $200 million for that guy. I love that guy.
No, and tonight as well, he showed why. As I'm never at the stadium when I see him, and I'd love to see him live in person. But he's, as everyone says, he's the most non-Galactico player at Real Madrid, and he just covers the pitch constantly. He was going left, right all the time. I trust him more, and I just trust him that much that I know that he's going to be that quality no matter what.
Well, I spoke to a Madrid fan after the game. Actually, I was on the way back to the tram back to Piccadilly, and we were having a chat about the game. And he said, before
you do that, Luke, you talked to a Real Madrid fan. Were they in the City end at the match?
No, they actually came from the away end. Actually,
Good.
He came out.
No barber shop tonight.
No. He actually was a proper Spanish Madrid fan. Really lovely guy, actually. Really nice guy.
Cool. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, he said, the thing is, he said to us, right, like to me, like he thinks that we've got a good team now, and he said a lot of even though a lot of banter. I was sat right in the Madrid end, and Vinicius Junior was doing that to run the direction. I thought, you prick. Honestly, I wanted us to come back just to laugh at Madrid, but that was never going to happen with our up front. But Chance the Madrid fan, he genuinely said, right, Madrid overall weren't great at that game. Like he admitted it himself, Madrid were not good at all in that game. Like, although they got 2 goals, one was a penalty, the other one was towards the end. It was on us, if anything, to sort of put the game to bed. He said that's probably why we're out. Is because like that first leg, if Pep had just gone what he usually would do, sit back and get a draw at the Bernabeu, which again we all said, don't go out attacking at the Bernabeu. We haven't got the facilities for that right now. We're not that team yet. Like our goals are not clinical or up there right now to be doing that yet. And we did it, and what happened was 3-0. Tonight would have been, I think, a lot better, because I think even if we were struggling to create chances and that or put them away, we're still in the fight to sort of get a goal towards the end. The problem is though, we need 3 goals towards the end of the match to even get it, to even sort of to try and get back level. It's a tall ask, it's a tall order, and. Look, they're wrong. I'm proud of the players on the pitch that were given their role, and that's what I want to see from them. But the thing is, what we need is that passion, but also is that quality as well. I think the Champions League, you need quality, And that is one thing. I mean, obviously, Haaland got a goal today, but apart from that, I'll be real, Haaland did nothing apart from that. I mean, were there much chances created for him today? No, I wouldn't say that's all on him, but
I think Rudiger's in his head. He just, even though Rudiger's a scrub, Rudiger, he just can't. He's got a mental block against that guy.
He needs to honestly stop doing that and just play his game. Look, at the end of the day, right, defenders are always going to try and mark about the game. You've got to use your own ability, your own strengths against theirs. That's how you've got to do it. And look, obviously he got a goal still, which again, every time I go to the Etihad, by the way, he always scores. So thank me later. Obviously tonight he should have more than one goal tonight, but here's what it is. But I don't think it really is like, to me, like that a good Madrid team battled us tonight. I think over 2 legs, it was a Madrid team that took advantage of us being stupid at the Bernabeu and just got over the line tonight. I think, in the long run, I think it'll probably be all right. I mean, I think UCL for me this year was never a guarantee anyway. This year, I always thought, let's see how far we can go. But I think even if we got through tonight, let's be real here, Bayern would have beaten us anyway next round. I mean,
if not PSG,
PSG.
Okay,
PSG,
so
right.
we do want to know. So before we get to so we're here. Real Madrid are going to be up against Bayern effectively. Bayern, assuming Bayern win tomorrow, they don't drop a stinker.
16-year-old keeper.
Who do we think? Who do we think is going to take that? Big up Martin joining. Appreciate you, man. So Bayern versus this Real Madrid team. Now, of course, this Real Madrid team is probably going to get Mbappe back healthy, going to get Bellingham back healthy.
Yeah, that'll make them worse. So I'm going to pick Bayern to advance, assuming they have a keeper.
Martin, just quickly, you were there as well, mate. Vinicius Junior.
Sorry, you'll have to excuse me. My voice is not great at the minute. I've just sang me out for 97 minutes.
Yeah, as well,
you got your Barry White going. You got your Barry White voice.
But Martin, apart from the goal at the end, what did Vinicius Junior actually do that game? Apart from run around and get pocketed all time.
A couple of breakaways, but I get it. Yeah. We were down to 10 men, so I get that. They're going to have more chances at 10 men, and we didn't actually improve. We didn't actually solidify the midfield at that point.
No. So I'm sorry to sound.
It's fine. I think Husinov did a great job on him.
I'm sorry to sound happy clappy and everything else, but I was proud to be in that stadium tonight. Proud of the fans, proud of the players. We sang our heart out. We sang Pep's name. We sang the player's name. It was just a pleasure to be there tonight. It was disappointment. Yeah, we went out, but you left everything out on the pitch, and that's all I asked for tonight going in. Let's just have a go. And other than the finishing, we actually could have done it. Could have done it.
So let me ask this question, because previous match, there were concerns about the lineup, and we heard Pep come out and say that early in the season the team was too unbalanced with Doku, Cherki, and Haaland all in the lineup together. He said that was too unbalanced. We saw that team today. Do you agree with Pep? Now, again, we're not the manager. Pep's the manager, so I'm not going to sit here and act like I know more than him. But does this team with those people in it, does that feel too unbalanced to you? Or do you think that Pep just got it wrong?
He got it wrong.
No.
And you can
tonight on the first leg.
No, not at all.
That balances the team.
No, not at all. We had really good clear-cut chances after the first one for Venny. Like, I thought he should have scored that, but after that we had some really good chances. It's a replica of exactly the game last week.
I think the time about last week.
Oh, last week? You should have started ignoring that game. You should have started fullbacks in that game, and it didn't. That backfired.
Because we saw Aït-Nouri was really good today, in my opinion.
He was brilliant.
Oh, God. Yeah. Aït-Nouri, Husinov, and Cherki. Build the team around them. The future is now. Today made that very clear to me. We have the players here. We need to play them. Spend the rest of the season developing those players. I want to see it because they're very good players, and give them the time to make a mistake when there's no pressure on it. And so next season they come back more confident and ready to win a title next season. Give them the time now. Like I'm ready for it right now.
What experienced players were bad today?
He's asked the question, what experienced players were bad today? Because you're saying, to your point, play the young kids, basically jumpstart the transition. Don't delay it any longer. Go ahead.
But that's not the transition. That's not the transition.
I think the only one who was bad today was the one who got sent off. Bernardo, that was a stinker from him, unfortunately. But I thought Rodri had a pretty good game. I thought Diaz was fine. What
was he meant to do in that position? Do a backflip
not stick his arm up. Just let the goal go in. Just let the goal go in, and we're down 1-0.
You can't. Hang on. Watch the angle. Right, watch the angle. He can't move out of the way.
But Martin,
there's no way of moving out of the way.
Martin, hold on. So I will say this, and this is the benefit of being at home and watching on TV. You get all the different angles that you don't get in the stadium, right? Or maybe you don't get in the stadium because I don't know how many replays they do. He moves his arm towards the ball. It's not like his arm is tucked in and it gets hit. He's moving his arm towards the ball, and therefore they call the red card. So yes, he could have just stood there. He would have got hit with the ball, or maybe would have snuck in near post around him. I don't know. He's trying to keep the ball out, and maybe that is a reflex. Maybe that is it's just you're just operating out of. You're just reacting, right? Maybe it just happens, and maybe it's just instinct. I don't know. I'm not suggesting it's right, wrong, or indifferent, but the reality is he moves his arm towards the ball, and that's why he gets that red card.
But fair enough.
We probably would have been better off because I think we were cooking them with 11 men. And to be fair with the team, I thought we played pretty well even after he got sent off. I think it was about the same. Like I think we had the same intensity.
No, I'm only asking because Cal, you said experience. So who else other than Bernardo was bad today?
None of them. And when I say I want the future to play now, that's not me dissing the old players. That's just me trying to elevate the new players. I think sometimes that gets a little lost in translation. I don't care who it is, but I want Ainori playing. I want Husanov playing. I want Turkey playing. I want to see more Tijani Reinders. I want to see what these players have, and we haven't seen a lot of that this season. So now that we're out of the Champions League and we're very likely out of the Premier League, why not use this time to develop some of these players who are going to be here next season? Because we're not going to have a preseason next year because of the World Cup. So we already have these players. Give them some time now so they'll be ahead of the curve, and then you can focus your attention on the new signings at the beginning of next season and getting the kinks worked out of them, because then the players who are already here will have had that opportunity. Like we have it, we might as well let's use it to our benefit.
We've got quarterfinals and cup finals. The season's not over by any imagination.
I would argue that our team of bench riders in that quarterfinal against Newcastle, Pep said himself, some of the best football we've played all season. So they have it in them. Let them play.
So so we came into this game knowing that it was effectively mission impossible to try to turn this over. Do you think that contributed to a better atmosphere in the stadium because everybody was just loose? We were hoping for a win, hoping for them to turn it around, but we weren't really necessarily expecting it. Does that make the in stadium fans more up for it because it's just like, hey, we're out having a good time?
No, this is my issue with it, Tariq, and I think Luke will notice being there tonight. This is why I struggle with the online stuff so much, because the stadium stuff is not the online stuff. This is the thing why I struggle with it so much. People don't act like that they're doing online. When you're at the stadium, it doesn't happen. I think this is why I struggle to go from one world to another world. Because tonight, because they sing Pep's name every game.
Sure.
They're behind every team. Believe it or not, and Kel, you ain't gonna like this. People were applauding Bernardo when he got sent off, which I don't always fully agree with, but they do. That's just football fans. We were singing Blue Moon when Real Madrid scored their second one.
And that's my point, though. But that's my point. Is it a matter of we're not necessarily expecting to win, or we're not going to expect it to win the tie, right? We're here supporting the team, trying to get behind them, and if there's a miracle that happens, great. We want to see it, but at the end of the day, we're just going to get behind it. It's loose. The atmosphere is loose. It's not, oh my God, we're sitting on pins and needles because we have to, it's like, hey, we can be free because we're probably not going to go through anyway.
No, it's like that at away games. It's like that. I mean, it's not been like that enough at home this season.
Okay.
I mean, it's the first time I've actually got pins and needles at a light show. I will actually say that. I'm not a big fan of them. Tonight, I actually
I've got the whole
because they did
Americanized in front of our very eyes.
No, they did it properly tonight. They did it a bit. They allowed us to sing. They allowed us to do it. Blue Moon came on. Then we were singing Hey Jude. They let us do it tonight. And
so while you were singing, the lights were.
Yeah. It was we were the ones encouraged to sing on the light show, and we had all because on our end, I don't even know, they had there was 3 flags going on, all tifos or whatever you want to sort of call them, because I got hit on the head with one of them. Some guy hit me on the bloody head at the back, bastard. But anyway, which I don't really need at the minute. I just had the staples out and he gave me a belt on the fucking knock. So I was like, thanks for that. I'm a bleeding. So yeah, that's not happening enough, but that's the way we are all the time. Crystal Palace away, Sunderland away, we just sing. Maybe it's just a bias thing when we're there. I don't know. We just do it. We can get beat 3-0 and we're still singing Pep's name. That may piss people off. People may say that as a loser's mentality, as a Pep sexual.
No, I don't think anybody would say that. Yeah, no. I mean, maybe somebody would say that. I definitely wouldn't. I have not.
Maybe we are a cult.
That would
people
say
call
that.
it a cult. Maybe we are a cult. That's the way we are. But that's the way we act. That is the way we act.
Yeah, you're suggesting that some of the folks that are on social media, the Twitters of the world, so on and so forth, maybe they would say, oh, whatever, because they're still singing for maybe, I don't know.
Well, I saw it last week when they were at Madrid. There was, again, it was a Twitter thing, but the when it showed the fans applauding them at the end when they got beat 3-0, and they were like, what a loser mentality. That's just football fans. I'm sorry. If it's a loser's mentality, then fair play. It's a loser's mentality. I don't care anymore.
Well,
so when you saw the lineup today, sorry, when you saw the lineup today, what did that say about, or did it say anything about Pep's thoughts about Sunday versus today, whatever?
Not really.
He went attacking,
finally.
I mean,
the players I expect to play Sunday, I think a lot of them, the ones I expect to play Sunday, most of them started today. So I don't know.
Okay.
Like I expect Bernardo to play. I expect Rodri to play. I expect Diaz to play.
Do you think he'll run this same lineup out?
The only ones I don't expect is Donnarumma, probably.
Yeah. So outside of the keeper, do we think this is the lineup that plays on Sunday against Arsenal?
I'm going to
be fair.
Maybe a tweak. Maybe Tijani comes out for someone else, but I think most of it will be the same.
I'm saying
because Gahey's eligible to play, so he's not going to start. So it'll probably be Diaz Husanov. I mean, you can't bench Husanov out of the game. I thought he was outstanding.
It can't be.
I think,
because Gahey can't play, right? Because Gahey's not eligible, so it's going to have to be. Which is why which is why I thought he played that pairing to kind of prepare them for Sunday, because you got to get your.
They were good.
Yeah, I think again we all said it.
He's got
Kuznov
experience, leadership. Next question. What do you need?
I think Kuznov was outstanding tonight. As he was outstanding. I don't think Diaz defensively was bad. I think Diaz got into his emotions too much tonight. I think Diaz was bordering losing control.
The slip from Diaz.
It was losing control
from the Brahim Diaz. That Brahim Diaz slip.
Yeah,
I was like, That is not him whatsoever, because normally he's able to shift his body and then put his yeah, and then that moment he slips. I'm like, really?
Because I mean, we've been going about Diaz, but
don't make me look at you like Master Verstappen.
I've heard people slag Semenyo off and Matt Gay off. These players have been here 7 weeks.
Yeah,
I was in some corner like he's just like a big bullied bison.
Yeah, Pep
he's been here 7 weeks.
That's very. Semenyo has been very good, but him being a 10 it's not his fault. That's on Pep. But Pep should.
I just got this. For me with Semenyo, I just got this feeling that it's either when the lights shine brightest. I think next season will be good for him in the league phase. It will do really well, and then it will make him feel comfortable. And then the round, like whether it be the playoffs or the round of 16 for Semenyo, he'll do a lot better, and those lights won't shine as brightly for him because he really has that eagerness to really want to play in the Champions League constantly.
All right, I want to bring a new face to the channel.
Oh, God.
Strasbourg Steve. Welcome, sir.
George Russell, Lewis.
So before we jump in and let him have his say, I do want to remind folks that there is a link in the chat. So if you go to the chat and you go to the pin message at the very top of the chat, there is a link. If you want to come on and have your say, this is your chance to hit that link. We'll get you on. Hold on real quick. Let me finish this. And then we'll get you on, and then we'll let you have your say. Again, you can come on and stay for a little bit. You can come on and stay the rest of the show. Depends on how big we get. But again, this is intended to hear from you. Before I got here, I was over with Mo, and I'm talking at people all day, talking at people on the weekends, talking at people on whatever. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from City fans. I want to hear from non-City fans. I want to hear what your take is on the matches and things of that nature. Also, do me a favor. There's 300 of you, 299 technically. Do me a favor. Go ahead, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Again, just trying to grow the channel, trying to get to 500 subscribers. I think we're at like 360 plus or whatever. So I do need your help as I try to grow the channel. So that commercial break being done, let's get back to it. Strasbourg Steve, talk to me, sir.
Yeah, what's going on, people? From a neutral perspective, I mean, the first half was freaking amazing to watch because both teams were just attacking like crazy. It could have genuinely been 3-3 after 25 minutes, 4-3, 4-4. Like it was good fun to watch. Yeah, you guys look much better in attack today compared to like the West Ham game and whatnot. But I guess it's contextual, because that game and this one is very different. You have to kind of go for it because you're down 3 goals, so you had to go for it. But I will say this. I was also watching the Chelsea and Paris Saint-Germain game. Things could have been a lot worse for you guys. Yes, you lost, PSG and they lost as well, and they lost by a lot more goals.
Yeah.
At least you did not get olayed. At least you did not get olayed by opposition fans. That's what was happening in the Chelsea game. Chelsea fans were olaying Paris Saint-Germain on the ball and saying, shoot. I'm not even joking. I was listening to audio. It was mad. So, you know what? I'll give you some credit that you guys went down swinging. Second half, I think, fizzled out for both teams, to be fair, but it could have been it could have been a lot worse. Y'all could have gotten embarrassed like Chelsea did.
Yeah. Dylan, real quick. Hold on, Kels. Hold on, real quick. Dylan, the answer to your question is he is you're a Newcastle fan, correct?
Newcastle. Yes, sir.
Like
so that is the answer to that question. You
got all your shirts on there. I see 2 Bayern shirts too.
Yes.
I like how fast we were playing on attack, and there's this thing that Rodri can't play that way. And I thought Rodri had a good game while we were playing faster ball. So I
think you play quicker with Reinders.
I'd like to see more of that going forward.
I think you play quicker with Reinders in there as well. I think with Reinders, he is also a guy that plays. Yeah, I think he speeds up play. And I actually thought defensively he made a lot more. He made more defensive contributions than he did in the whole of his AC Milan career. I'll tell you that.
I do too. The chance in the first half that for 2-0. He's so lucky he's there. He's so lucky he's there.
Yeah. But
I think last match people said the same thing, that he's showing a little bit more. To more. He's a better fit for the Prem now than he was when he first got here. Let's say
he's better. And give him time. Again, just give him more time, and I think he'll turn into a pretty good player for us. Maybe he won't be a superstar, but not everybody has to be a superstar. I've been happy with Tijani this season, and I look forward to seeing how he gets better.
If he has that, if he takes that chance away, like in the first half, if Harlson doesn't get that touch, then we're probably in for a different game. But that's his luck at City right now, to be honest.
You guys don't have you guys don't have.
He doesn't get the right connection. He doesn't get the right connection, and then it gets blocked either way. So,
and to be fair, Vinny and Real Madrid didn't have their shooting boots on either. They had some chances too. Vinny had one that went wide right.
He had a sitter. He should have.
First half, sitter. Yeah. So. Like I said, both teams could have scored a lot of goals today.
Kane was great. First season syndrome for Tijani.
Yeah.
And he still got like 15 G&A in all comps. Like, that's pretty good.
What I also found slightly impressive was that you guys didn't look that phased when you went down to 10 men. You really didn't. And like I said,
which is good, because typically we do drop our heads when things go bad. In bad moments,
most football teams, no matter the league, no matter the country, no matter the competition you're in, if you go down to 10 men, you get bopped. That's what happens. So, but credit to you guys. Just because you get a red card doesn't mean that you can go down and look all pathetic and stuff. Like I said, Chelsea went down pathetic. It looked like they were playing with 8 men out there, with the way PSG were getting 15, 20, even 30 touches of the ball sometimes uninterrupted. It was crazy. So
is Courtois the best keeper in the world?
Yeah. Without a doubt. There's no questioning that at all.
Right now, Donnarumma is second right now. So Donnarumma second.
I have no shame in saying that. I've been saying that about Courtois for years.
I don't know, Lou, because I thought Lunin became fucking in a Courtois when he came.
Lunin, yeah. I was like, Lunin's coming.
He did that to us 2 years ago.
Lunin's
I don't want to alarm anyone, but has anyone seen Donnarumma's stats in the Champions League?
It's not great.
49 games, 14 clean sheets, 57 goals conceded.
It's not great, bro.
How many of those?
I don't want to be Spartacus. But that is alarming.
It is.
I'm sorry.
But we all know that a first stats are more about what's in front of them.
Magnus and Keane are gonna come like, what have you fucking done?
I am certain that he contributed to those stats, but it's not just on him, right? Because again,
at least he saved from a corner.
Because you can't
say
you can't say that when we lost 3-0 last week. Well, it's all on Donnarumma. It's all Donnarumma's fault. No, it's what's happening in front of us.
Spark's still dead. Spark's still dead anyway. I can confirm that. I can confirm that right now.
To be fair, also that front line was brand new, or the back line was brand new right in front of him. So, and Gehi and Ainori had never played together in that combination, so that caused a lot of confusion.
Spartacus as well as me. He's always going to have Donnarumma front and center.
Sure, but that's an agenda. But I want to have an honest conversation, and so I mean, again, is Donnarumma perfect? No, I have my own issues or things with Donnarumma, but again, I can't sit here and say, because again, you read those numbers off, and the numbers are what they are. Numbers don't lie. But again, I think there's context to the numbers that is not being represented, right? And again, that's what's happening in the rest of the match that maybe isn't his fault or isn't involving him or whatever. So again, just like, hey, Courtois, he's made a wonderful saves. He's keeping Real Madrid in it, but there's also part of that is what's going on in front of him. Maybe even Raya from Arsenal. He's a good keeper. Do Gabriel and Saliba in front of him make him look better?
Tariq, the problem is with a goalkeeper, and this has been going on since the dawn of time. Goalkeepers are like strikers. If a striker doesn't score, they're highlighted. If a goalkeeper makes a mistake, it results in a goal. So it's highlighted 10 times more than anywhere else.
Yeah.
If a defender or a midfielder makes an error, there's ways you can get out of it. With a goalie and a striker, it's score the goal or you can see the goal.
Yeah. Which is why it takes a special person to play one of those positions, or to play keeper at least, because everybody wants to be a striker. Nobody wants to be a keeper.
To me, this is becoming the new City-itis for me. I don't know. This is now the new City-itis for me. We sort of run players out of town. We get players in. We expect them to play like the players we ran out of town. And then when they don't, we all go, well, we should never have sold that other player we got rid of. And you're like, well, you can't do that. We can't tear them apart. So I've seen it, Cole Palmer, Sterling, Edison. People were asking for a Kanji back a few weeks back. I'm like, what are we doing?
Oh, I never heard that one. I didn't hear that one.
Oh yeah. Can we recall a Kanji off his loan? No.
I do have another guest that wants to come on. Hold on, let me get Danielle on.
Oh, Daniele.
Okay.
Maybe.
How you doing? Can you hear us?
It always takes Daniele a minute to.
Oh yeah. All I'm say about Donnarumma is I think he's very good 1v1, much better than we've seen. But I get a little nervous with him on corners. I think that is something he should be better at, and I don't know if he's going to improve on that as he gets older.
No.
I don't like the punching; it's too erratic. I would like him to just grab the damn ball and stop with these weird flailing punches. And I think he should be a lot stronger for as big as he is. So,
Charles, when he goes to like claim a fucking corner or a cross or do a punch, do you ever get the feeling like he's not like leaving it all out there? Like I look at like Raya or even freaking Ramsdale against Chelsea on Saturday. Ramsdale, he didn't give a fuck, bro. Like he put his body on the line. With Donnarumma, that is one thing that he's not good at, bro. He doesn't have that attitude of like, I am punching this goddamn ball out no matter what. If I get clattered, I get freaking clattered. Like the bravery is questionable for me with Donnarumma on corners. He's been that way since he was 16, bro.
It's a big dude.
I don't think
he's such a big dude. You expect him to be dominant in the air, and maybe he hasn't been.
And that's Haaland. You'd expect Haaland looking at him. Oh shit, that's a perfect striker for headers because he's fast. He's amazing at all these different things. He's not very good in the air.
Anybody else got anything else on the City match today that you want to bring up?
Kuznov.
We've already talked about him. He's a Don, and he's going to be here for the next decade.
We talked about Doku.
Huh?
What about Doku? What you want to say about Doku?
Immense.
He needs an overlapper to be effective, though, and that is.
Thought he was excellent today.
Yeah.
Second half,
Martin. If I hate to bring it back round because I had a chat with someone earlier. If Rico Lewis and Savinho got new contracts, why has Jeremy Doku not got one quickly? Because he's done a lot more than
he is getting one. He is getting one.
So I saw the conversation, or I saw the Twitter post about his new contract. And
he is getting one. He is getting one. But at the moment, I'm not going to go into the Phil situation.
That's bad.
So
Yeah,
wait,
Foden, I'm
that's not,
shocked
hold
that
on.
Foden didn't come off the bench today.
No. Stop that conversation. Talk about Doku first.
Hold on. Yeah, Doku.
No,
Y'all thought he was good
Doku.
today. I thought he was good for about a half hour, 35 minutes.
No, he was good the whole game. No,
he was up there for man of the match.
Very similar to the first leg. Trent took a minute to figure him out, but once he did, he didn't do nothing. I'll be honest.
No, he did.
He did. Well, Trent
did.
No, I'm saying, and Martin, after the 30, as the game wore on, he just his effective. For me,
so
the other part that I think we have to.
Same with Cherky, by the way.
But what I'll have to say though is
Cherky was excellent.
Also remember that they had just they've been playing a man down for all that time too, so they're doing extra running and all that.
Yeah.
So I don't expect them to be as like good to go as they were in the first half. Right there's just a lot more that they're having to do because we're man light. I think.
Doku was beating his man every time, Tariq. He was beating his man, and he was having 2 men on him. My best
that's
three
always
players.
That's what every team is going to do, right? We saw doubles and triple last week. It was triple team thrown at him, so they know that he's a threat. So they try to get the ball out of his hands.
The best three players on the part of City today were Doku, Cherky, and Kushinov. They were outstanding, all of them.
Doku,
they gave it their all. They were outstanding. The trouble is with Cherky, people got this thing with Cherky that he has to just create every single time. He is still a young lad. That's why I keep saying he's not KDB or David Silva. People are trying to compare him to KDB and to David Silva. He's not that player yet. Will he get there? More than likely. He's still young.
He's a different kind of player.
But the Arkel, people are talking about Cherky, and this is why they go, well, he goes quiet in games. He doesn't. It's because he's not putting in the same sort of passes as what they use. People still, for me, are still comparing this team to previous teams.
So I
can't do that.
So I was just gonna
like Ferrari in previous years.
Tariq, I was just going to say this about KDB, Cherky, Silva. Let's just talk about the players and what they do, their style, okay? De Bruyne is easily, out of the three of them, I would say the strongest. Right?
Physically?
You mean physically stronger? Okay.
Like I trust him.
Out the three of them.
KDB, David Silva, and
who's the strongest?
No, David Silva. David Silva was stronger than all three of them. He was all stronger than all of them.
Physically stronger? He's a smaller dude.
Yeah,
he's got to play a lower center of gravity.
David Silva had 3 players on him every single game. He was the first guy. He was the first.
Yeah.
David Silva was a lot stronger. No, he was a lot stronger.
Like when you think about KDB, that's fair. As I think about when you think about KDB getting the ball, picking the ball up in the middle, driving through midfield, kind of like, not in the same way, but kind of like a Yaya Toure, right? Those big guys that can just shake off that defender and get where they want to go with the ball. So I would have thought that I probably wouldn't have argued the fact that KDB is probably the strongest out of those. Again, I haven't seen enough from
I'm the opposite. Tariq, I'm going to shut you now. I think he was the weak. I think KDB is the weakest out of all of them.
Really interesting.
KDB was something you could knock. KDB, you could knock off the ball. KDB was very. This is why he had so many injuries. He was very easily to get knocked.
Flimsy.
For me, KDB wasn't a physical player. He was a put the ball 40 yards on a sixpence sort of player.
Yeah,
he had the vision in the brain.
So Lee Johnston says. Speaking of David Silva, he handled contact the best of the 3, but not physically stronger than KDB. Cisco says David Silva was the most press-resistant player in the last 10 years, technically brilliant. Red Camp says David Silva was never strong. I believe his balance and his center of gravity saved him from the physical impact of the Premier League.
David Silva was the most foul out of all 3 of them.
Was the most what?
He missed a lot of time at
The
the
most-
end, though, with the
He was the
injuries.
most fouled out of all three
Yeah,
of them.
that's probably
Yeah,
why he
yeah.
picked up all the injuries at the
Yeah.
end, because he was constantly injured towards the end. It was really hard to watch.
And if you look at David Silva's injury record, it was actually excellent. It was very, very rarely out of any long-term
Well,
issues.
at the end, it was though. He was injured quite a bit.
Yeah, but that's because that was because of what happened with his baby.
Yeah.
Why he was out
Well,
there.
so for me, so to go back to the conversation,
I remember some pretty serious injuries.
To go back to the conversation about those three players, right? They are different, and I think so.
They're all tens, but
they play it differently. And the thing I think about when it comes to, because your point, Martin, is Cherky being compared to a KDB or having those same expectations of a KDB, and I think the thing that I liken him to KDB in that context is just simply he's willing to make what I'll say are threatening passes, or he's willing to play balls that I don't think most of our rest of our team are willing to play.
The risk taking.
Yeah, it's a risky play, but it's risk with it's
calculated.
Potential for
calculated. Yeah. Okay, yes, it's risky, but maybe it's only, and I use this, right? Maybe it's only 70% likely to come off versus me playing to the side, which is maybe 95% likely to come off, but it's not threatening. I would rather play that 75% ball, because if I get it, then it opens up one-on-one with the keeper. I'll take Haaland in that situation most times, right? So if you had to be, somebody has to be willing to play that ball, and KDB was willing to play that ball, and I think Cherky plays that ball a lot, which is this is how I compare them, or I liken them to each other. I don't really compare them to each other. But
see, the difference for me, Tariq, is if you look at a lot of our threat tonight was coming down the width again.
Yeah.
Most games
it was all coming down the wide, and this is the thing with
Cherky was playing out wide too.
He
did what Doku does. He came in. Like he started out.
Nunez was putting more crosses in than Cherky.
Oh, we get
Nunez was putting more crosses in than Cherky.
No, I get that. It's just that I'm saying, like, he did the damage, like, because he inverted from the middle.
Real quick, hold on. Danielle, can you hear us now?
Daddy's home.
Okay, all right, there we go. So welcome to the stream. So I cut Martin. I cut you off.
Daddy.
I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish your statement, and then I'll
just
Danielle.
After Martin.
Just for me.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is just my opinion of it. I think people are desperate to get back to. They think they're desperate. We're desperate to get back to KDB, David Silva, and all these legends that we've had, and quite simply, as the way I'm viewing it now, we are where we were 5-6 years ago, and we're just rebuilding back again. We've gone right back to where we were 5 years ago, and we're rebuilding back. People aren't patient. Fine, that's up to them. Yeah, but this is not KDB anymore.
I think 1920 was a bit of a blip. I think it's more 16, 17. That's the last time. That's the last time we had this period, though, because
exactly. But that's my point. So
1920, 14, 15 to 16, 17.
1920, Chelsea won the league and we weren't in it, and everyone was all. Liverpool won it, and we didn't win the league, and we didn't win the league in the first season. So Pep has gone times when he's not won the league. People forget those times, but because we won the 4 in a row and the treble and the formidable in one period, people don't want to go back to winning one title in 3 years anymore. They want that continuous win. And I get it, because when you're winning, you want to enjoy it. You want to enjoy that success again. Maybe we'll get there again one day, but not many teams just clear, the squad out and come back in again and just rebuild again and everything hits right. We've made errors. We've signed too many project players. We've signed too many young players that are not ready to go into a title race. They're ready to challenge. They're ready to have a go in cups, but they're not ready to last out into a season. Arsenal were always going to get there. Arsenal have done this for 5 or 6 years now. They have built to this occasion. But what I take a lot of pride of is We're not that far off. We're not going to need 6 years to build this team back. Arsenal did need 6 years. We're not going to need that because we're not that far off Arsenal now.
But is that because we've spent in the January windows the last 2 seasons? Is that why we're not going to take as long? Because
Arsenal spent more than us in the summer.
I'm saying the summer and I'm talking about January, because we in the last 2 January windows we've gone pretty big.
The January before I'm not counting because I don't think half of them were even. I think that was a panic January.
Yeah, but we still bought them. Whether
I promise you now, one of them will be here next summer.
All right, fair enough.
The rest won't be here anymore.
Kels, you had something you wanted to say?
I just wanted to say this about Turkey is that I don't think he'll be KDB, but I think right now he's the best we have at creating chances. So I just wanted. I think he's grown and learned a lot this season, and I just want to keep seeing that fostered and developed. And maybe in a couple of years he'll be an elite player. I think he has the potential to be, and a lot of it is going to come down to the hard work that he wants to put into it. But again, not KDB, but I think he's the best that we have right now.
And that's
should be starting games.
And that's fine. You don't like we already said and talked about briefly. David Silva, KDB, Cherki. You can name out 3 other number 10s from 3 other clubs that are brilliant in their own ways. It's not about that. It's about, can you be a very good player for my team?
Yeah.
The past is the past. Alan Shearer was our freaking striker, and nobody ever thought we'd do nothing again. We've had good strikers since then.
But so I'll ask this question, and then I'm going to get Danielle.
Alan Shearer doesn't mean that, they're terrible, they're letdowns, they're flops, they're whatever.
So what I'm hearing you say is that, I'm hearing you say that we shouldn't be comparing players to players of old, right? Because they're not the same. We want players that are coming in and contributing today. But I do think that too many of our players are being compared. So we cannot have a conversation. And this, don't take this the wrong way. We cannot have a conversation about Doku or Savinho without bringing up Riyad Mahrez. They're not Riyad Mahrez. They're never going to be Riyad Mahrez. Now, what we can say is we want more from them. And I think that's okay to ask for more. But why do we always have to
They're not even Sterling.
Mahrez,
They're not
bring in Raheem Sterling, bring in Leroy Sané. And I love all those guys, right? But this group isn't them. So why do we as a fan base we're so busy looking back?
Tariq, before Danielle goes,
we can't appreciate what we have in front of us.
That is the mistakes Man United made. They were forever chasing past glories.
Mm-hmm.
They never properly rebuilt. They were chasing their past success, which is why they were spending 90 million on Casemiro. It wasn't the same Casemiro. They were trying to buy Di Maria. They were buying all these players for Varane and all. They were trying to get back to the past glories. And sometimes you can't get there. Sometimes that is just a moment in a period in time that has come and it's been, and it was fabulous, and everything hit at once. Not saying we can never do it, but we're nowhere near a 4 in a row title chase.
Yeah. So
nowhere near that.
To Red Camp's point, and then I'm going to get Danielle. Riyad Mahrez is better than all of them combined. Laugh out loud. Now, again, I'm not suggesting that he's not. What I'm suggesting, and not saying that you're saying this, but what I'm suggesting is we have to let Doku be Doku. We have to let Savinho be Savinho, and not always try to say, well, they're not this or they're not that or they don't do that.
Well, we won't, but we won't, Tariq, because we're already slagging Semenyo off. People have already turned on Semenyo 7 weeks in.
And this is my point. And so I have a bigger question I want to ask, but I want to get to Danielle because he's been patiently waiting. So go ahead, man. Is he still around? Danielle, you still there? He may have walked away.
Danielle, I knew if he said something, I knew what he was gonna say. He would have been like, "Oh, I was just listening." That's all.
Can you hear me?
That's cool. There you go. There you go. I can hear you.
I'm glad F1.
Can you hear me?
Not F1 supporters.
Hold on, Louis. Yep, go ahead. I can hear you.
I don't want to wait for Doku to be Saint Maxima. I don't want to wait for Savia to find himself.
Daniele, what the hell are you doing, man? He's better than him in infinitely.
Hold on. I can't finish. Let him finish.
No, he's not.
Say Maxima, yo.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Shout out ASM, man.
Can you were you finished? Go ahead.
No. He's not better than Saint Maxima. Not as an impact. Saint Maxima had more goals, more assists, more impact consistently, even inconsistently. Which again, the commentator said something. The commentator said something during the game. He hasn't scored in 4 months, but somehow he was going to score today.
No. When I think Doku in the lineup, I know he's not going to.
Didn't he get the assist today?
I don't know if he technically gets the assist because it was a deflection, but so again, the ball came in and it was going like towards.
We're back in a minute. I'm still actually.
You're good. You're good. So yeah, I mean, again, I'm not sitting here telling you that Doku is the finished article, and I don't think anyone that thinks that, or I don't think anyone thinks that he's the finished article. What I'm saying is that Doku is Doku, and he does what he does, and he again, he beats a man one-on-one better than better than Raheem Sterling does. He didn't score more goals than Raheem Sterling.
But it's predictable.
Sterling scored more goals than Riyad Mahrez, but Riyad Mahrez's touch was better. So everybody has their thing, and I think it's okay to. Let me say it this way. I think we should appreciate them for what they are, and again, it's okay to say I want more. Right, I want more from him. I expect him to score more goals than that. But again, if he's not shooting, he's not gonna, because he's more of a creator, more of an assister, more of a a playmaker from out wide. So again, there's different styles of play. I just think that so this is what I want to ask the question, right? As a fan base, and I understand Strasburg Steve is not a City fan, but most everybody else here is, and if you're not, that's okay too. I want you to be a part of this conversation. So again, if you're in the chat or you're listening, hold on real quick. So I want okay. Hold on one sec. Hold on. So I want to make sure that everybody, that there is a link in the chat. There's a pinned message at the top of the chat, and you can click that link, and it will jump you on just like Danielle, just like everybody else, and we will have you get a chance to have your say. So if you don't agree with me, if I say that we need to give patience for Doku and you don't agree, jump on and let me know. If we're going to talk about some of these other teams here in a minute. So if you're an Arsenal fan and you want to, say that, hey, we're going to beat you on Sunday, jump on and let me know. If you want to say that, hey, the league is over, we're going to win it, we're going to be quad, we're going to win the quad or whatever, jump on, let me know. This is your chance to have your say. Go ahead, Danielle. I can hear you. Go ahead.
We're going to win everything. We're going to win the treble.
Okay.
Tranquila, Martin. Tranquila.
So we're gonna win the treble. That's a City fan. That's Martin saying we're gonna win the treble, because again, we're not gonna win the quad because we're done with that today, unfortunately. But can we? So Danielle, I'll let you finish your statement. Go ahead, and then I'm gonna pivot. Can you hear me? All right, we're gonna move. So I want to move from talking about this match, right? I want to talk about Sunday, because that is the next. Like, as a manager, you would say, if you ask Pep, he's going to tell you the biggest game in our season is the next game, right? Whatever one's coming up next. And the next game is against Arsenal, and it's for a trophy. What are your chances of us winning this trophy? Do we beat Arsenal?
1-0 Arsenal. That's all I'm gonna say, bro.
All right, and that's fair. He's a neutral. I was gonna say you're not a City fan. You're a neutral. So a neutral says 1-0 to Arsenal. Yeah. So for those of you that are City fans, tell me if you're in the chat, what do you think the score is on Sunday? Do we get a trophy? Because if we don't beat Arsenal on Sunday, our only other chance is the FA Cup, and I say that Martin says that technically we still have a chance at the league. I think the league is done. So
no, I'm being sarcastic. The league.
Of course you are. Of course. Are we? So we're real quick, and I know I'm talking a lot, but as City fans, are we prepared to accept another season trophyless, 2 back-to-back trophyless seasons.
You have to accept
for me,
it.
for me, I think
I agree, Martin, but our fan base doesn't always act like it.
But that's what I'm saying. That there is
a lot of money. We spent a lot of money and bought it. We did buy ready-made players. And
hold on.
I don't get this ready-made players. We really haven't.
Hold
Johnny
on, Martin.
Reinders was midfielder
Martin, hold on.
of the season in Serie A. That's not ready-made for you?
Hold on. Saka is here. Saka, can you hear us?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
All right. So you got your name is Saka. Does that make you an Arsenal fan?
Yeah.
All right. So I assume you came over from Judge Mo?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Appreciate you being here, man. Thank you for stopping by. It's probably your first time. I appreciate you being here. So as an Arsenal fan, you guys got your win today. So you're still in for all 4 trophies. Do you think what is your prediction for Sunday? Do you think you'll win it?
To be honest, it's a difficult game to predict, because as much as I like to say that we can win it, there is that because you guys left all trophies, that there is like that kind of mentality will be with your players that they don't give a fuck anymore. So they will go in with everything. It doesn't matter after this game what happens.
So hunger.
So basically, hunger, but also saying almost
you wouldn't call it a hunger, because like you could say that the Arsenal players are more hungry if that's the case, because they still didn't win anything.
So I understand what your point. Your point is that they had never won a trophy, so they're still trying to get there first. I guess so. But what I heard you say was basically for City, we're gonna go all out for Sunday because this might be the only trophy we have left to win.
Yeah, they might actually have that in mind, because you guys are going to face Liverpool.
Yeah, because we got Liverpool in the FA Cup, so we have to. So there's almost a sense of desperation. We're desperate to win on Sunday because we don't know if we're going to get anything else. And so, Snoopy says, as far as we know, this might be the only thing we can win. We're not short of our own motivation. Yeah, fair enough. So
I got the FA Cup.
Right, but we have to beat Liverpool, which I think we can. I think we can beat Liverpool. They've not been.
I'll be honest with you, Tariq. I actually think we'll end up like Liverpool did a couple of years back, where we'll win both domestic cups.
So
I actually think we'll win both.
So Saka, as an Arsenal fan who's in for all 4 trophies at this point, how many trophies are you expecting to win this season? Of course, you want to win them all, but how many do you expect to win this season?
To be honest, it's hard to tell, because like we have a lot of players that played a lot of minutes that you cannot even like you don't have even like a sub that can do anything near to those players like Zubimendi and Rice. So that would be very difficult if any one of them that like gets like fatigue or like gets like a lot of, let's just say they got injured or anything. That could end, that only can end a couple of like wins and stuff like that.
So if you win the league and nothing else, will that be a disappointing season for you?
So is it like, for me, you mean like as a fan?
Yes. Based on where you are today, if you come out from here to the end of the season and the only thing you win is the Premier League, will you be disappointed?
As a fan, yes, but I wouldn't be complaining and saying like, why didn't you win other things?
Sure.
Yeah. But as a fan, yeah, it would be. To be honest, yeah.
What is the trophy that you want the most? All 4 are available. If you can only get one, which one are you taking?
It should be the Premier League.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Because that's the only trophy that if you fail to win it, I think this team, like a lot of them, they will tap out.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know if you were going to say the Champions League because your club hasn't won it yet.
No,
but I agree with you.
League,
I agree with you. The Premier League is the most important trophy, in my opinion.
Yeah, because like the Champions League, I wouldn't say the Champions League because, like the Champions League, you need to think about the other teams. Because like you can be in your worst day, and you will meet like someone like Bayern Munich in their best day. So that's gone for you.
Or you could get upset by someone because of whatever, a red card, a bad decision.
Yeah,
injury.
You never know. Unpredictable in tournament.
Yeah.
I never predict who's going to win a tournament for that exact reason. Like that's why I've never picked us to win any of these domestic cups.
Well, I'll tell you all that.
Are they not the favorites for the Champions League?
I still got PSG as my favorites. I got
how many years were Man City the favorite in the Champions League, and we
that doesn't mean they'll win it.
To lose it. So
yeah, that doesn't mean they'll win it. But
that won't happen to Arsenal.
Yeah, they very well might. But if you think about, go ahead, Saka.
Yeah, you mean Arsenal are the favorite for the Champions League?
Yes, in my mind, and let me tell you why. The reason I say that, and then you can respond to me. The reason I say that is because their path to the final is, I don't want to say clear because that's a disrespect to those other clubs, but it's the path is set for them. For as good as PSG have been, they're still going to have to take on either a Liverpool and then probably a Bayern Munich or a Real Madrid. All those teams have to play each other before they get the chance to match up against potentially an Arsenal in the final. Arsenal, they have the path there, and then it's a one-off game. You just got to beat whatever team comes from the other side in a one-off game. To me, the path is laid out for them to win or to at least be in the final for the Champions League. No one else can say that. So for me, that makes them they're the favorites to get there, and then it's just a one-off. It's a coin flip. So at that point, they become the favorite.
Going to the final than Barcelona.
But this
Barcelona's on the other side too, right?
I know. So they just have to beat Barcelona. I know Steve might disagree with me on this, but I got a weird feeling Barcelona, Newcastle are going to beat Barcelona.
Yeah, same.
I think it's going to pens. I think we'll lose on pens.
Yeah, I think you're going to beat them on pens. I don't know why. I got that weird feeling.
Hold on, let me get back to Saka because I'm going to let him finish up and then we'll get him off. So Saka, anything else you wanted to say?
Yeah, about the Doku thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the thing. I don't think any winger that focuses mainly on skills can survive at the Premier League.
He's not a winger, though. He's not a winger. He's a 10. He's like an inside 10. He's like a Sadio Mane sort of player. He's not good as a winger.
So it's more of an inside forward, you're saying?
Yeah. He's never he's always saying like last week at Real Madrid. He's never been an.
So how does Saka do it then?
Do what?
He's comparing Doku to Saka and saying if Saka can get those goals from starting out wide and being a winger, but who maybe is more.
No. My point is, you look at Saka's goals in the last 12 months. They're similar to Doku's.
Yeah, Saka
that's what you're saying.
Is a completely different player after his hamstring injury.
Well, yeah,
he doesn't look the same
leading up to
grade 3. Grade 3.
No. The point I'm making is,
bad injury.
I don't think the league is built for wingers to score goals anymore.
Yeah, but in the same time, think about it. When was the last time you saw a winger that focuses on skills and actually works at the Premier League right now?
None of them.
It's been a while. The reason for it because.
You're right.
Because for you to do those skills, you need space. And most of those the skills players do not think. One of the reasons why I think that Saka can adapt from winger to a midfielder because you see when he does the skills and everything, he thinks. He's not like the other wingers like Midweek and others. Yeah. They don't think and they just do anything.
He could play as a number 8, bro. I've been saying that for
my point is if you look at the top 10, 12 top goal scorers in the league, there's hardly a winger in it.
I think it's just Semenyo.
Yeah.
I don't think wingers. That's what I mean. I think whereas we're saying the Premier League's become a physical thing, I think it's gone back to very, very type. Well, as Darts calls it, the Barclays era, where a winger seems to be more focused on getting assists than he does goals now. You know, I mean, I'll be honest with you, we're 2 months away from going back to 4-4-2. We're sort of going back in time. It's a bit like it's like clothes, you know. Flares were a thing, you know, and then 20 years ago, you know, flares were a thing 20 years ago or 30 years ago. Then they come back round in fashion. Doc Martens were a thing. Then they're back in fashion, and I think that's what we're doing with football now. But we're sort of just recycling the old thing at the minute. I don't think it's very conducive for wingers scoring.
Like cars are becoming more of a thing now as well.
All right, Soccer. Anything else?
No, that's about it.
Appreciate you jumping on, man.
Cheers, bro.
Always welcome. We do this every Tuesday night. Tonight we did a little bit later so I could be over with Mo, but typically we do this every time. So feel free to stop back by. Hopefully,
what was you doing on AFTV? So why was you on AFTV Extra?
Hang out and listen, and we'll keep going. So appreciate you, man. I'm gonna drop you off.
Martin.
Yeah, and I call it AFTV.
Hold on, I'm gonna answer your question, but before
Mo knows I call him AFTV Extra.
But before I do, for everybody who is not a City fan that's watching and paying, and you know, that was painless. We didn't, you know, come for him. We let him talk, whatever. So if you are a non-City fan and you're questioning how you're going to be received, you're going to be received just great. Feel free to come on and have your say. All you have to do is click the link in the chat, in the pinned message at the very top. Click that link. It'll jump you on and we'll get you on as soon as we can. That being said, how did I get on? Of course, you know, I'm try to find a City fan, and you know, really a lot of the conversation, and this is the conversation. One of the things that was asked, and I had to ask this because again, I see it all the time on this thing, right? If I'm watching or looking at social media, Twitter, whatever, the question was asked, and I don't know exactly how he phrased it. Maybe somebody in the chat will remember. But it's talking about City fans and the idea of us going trophyless. I asked, will City fans accept it? Martin, you said we have no choice. You have to accept it because that just is what it is, and I agree with you completely. But when you see fans getting in an uproar over one-off matches, how are we going to respond when if and when, I'm not suggesting that this is the case, but if and when we were to go trophyless this season?
It's going to be my turn.
You don't really want my response because I'm going to give you a very honest and emotional response.
So I'll give you my thought, and then you can tell me. I think that
give me yours before I go on my
rant. A fan base, we are spoiled. And we act like spoiled children, and we
is this your response or my response?
And if we don't get our way, we want to throw a fit, we want to throw a tantrum. And again, I'm not suggesting that it's that, you know, I want to win. I think that we should, you know, I want to win every match we play, but that's not the reality. And so I think that it's okay to say that, you know what? Hey, we didn't win it this year. We got to come back and do it again next year. And we're going to get better. We're going to improve. We're going to do this. We're going to come back. And you know what? We may not get it right the next year either. And it's okay because again, it's sport. We're trying to figure it out. We're doing all this stuff. I think the idea that we have to or else, you know, I just think that mentality is
it's the or else
compared to those players that are out there killing themselves every week to try to get, you know, to win games, and we don't respect it.
It's also about
when you say it's go on. Sorry, go on. No, before I do my rant.
It's also about experiencing like whatever other club in other sports that you are. Like for me, it's Lewis Hamilton. Tarek, it's Miami. Strasbourg, Strasbourg with Steve.
Chicago teams. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's because that's where CM Punk's from. Fuck you. Kels, wherever she's from. Yeah, we all live those experiences, and you have to live with those moments. I've experienced it too much with Lewis Hamilton, and it makes me. I hate what has gone on with him, but I love the fact that he's succeeded and he's become the most successful Formula One driver, and I'm fucking happy. But you need to those moments, like being a City fan. We've had unbelievable highs and we had unbelievable lows. That's how it goes. Too many people are too entitled, and they need to experience the day in, day out, going for a job, doing experience, doing whatever. That's how life fucking works. And
so,
is it good to live? Is it good to live on a fucking Tuesday night or what? As CM Punk says.
Okay.
So hold on. Let me
tell me when I can go, Tariq.
Hold on, real quick. So Red Camp, I see your comment. Asking for a Carabao Cup is being spoiled. We are Manchester City. We spent $500 million. I'm asking for a Carabao Cup is not being spoiled. No. Expecting a Carabao Cup, or again throwing a fit if we don't win a Carabao Cup, is where I think it's being spoiled. Because if the players go out there and they play their hearts out and we lose, then you know what? Hey, respect to Arsenal, they beat us in that match, right? There's no guarantee that we're going to win it. If we go into that match and we all hate the lineup and Pep just does this Pep thing and we're like, oh, I hate what Pep did at the end of the day, and we lose, it's still, hey, I hate that Pep made that decision, but at the end of the day, we played, we tried our best, the players did their thing, we keep moving. I think to be like, get that player out of my club, get this player out of my club, get the, that is where I think it comes down to being spoiled. Do we want players out of our club because they didn't win? No, you can't always win them all. There's 19 other teams trying to win the same league we're trying to win, and we're better than 18 of them right now. Hey, maybe we just couldn't be better than that one team this year, this moment, this time. So I don't think asking or hoping or I'm always rooting for my team to win every match. I've never picked or said that we're gonna lose or I don't even like to go with draws. I always project us to win, but you know what? It doesn't always happen that way. And my issue, Red Camp, is not with you, but it's just the mentality that if we don't win, then what are we doing? If we didn't win that game, then what are we doing? If we don't win this trophy, then what are we doing? No, we're trying, but it didn't happen. And part of it is we got to build back up. And again, I wasn't here. Hold on. I wasn't here when City weren't. When I started watching 2012, 2013, United won the league. But then we won, and we've kind of been consistently winning since I've been around, right? So I've never been a City fan that doesn't know what it feels like to win. But I know what being a sports team, being a sports fan is, and sports is always up, down, in, out. It ebbs and it flows. I'm a fan of Miami Hurricanes college football team, and they were the best team in the world in the 80s. And then they were the best team in the world in 2001. But you know what? They've been down ever since then. So we got to a title game to this year.
You were good.
Yeah, well, we were decent. We were decent last year. We got to the title game this year, and we lost. I'm not mad that we lost. I'm glad we got there because we've had so many years.
That Indiana team, and here's the difference. That Indiana team was slaughtering pretty much everybody.
But
that's a worthy opponent.
But hold on. But we lost to a and this is outside of this. So I don't want to go too far down this path. Yeah, but fine. We lost to an Indiana team that is technically the worst team in college football historically. They have the worst record. Yeah, so they've been good for 2 seasons, right? So they're Johnny come latelys, and they beat us. Now again, I'm not mad at that. Big up to them. They did what they needed to do.
Is that like the longest yard in a way?
Is that like who?
The Longest Yard.
I don't remember that movie, but maybe.
Tariq, but
Go ahead, because I know you want to get it out.
Do you know the big thing for me is, and this is my opinion, so I'm not calling anyone out. I'm giving Martin's opinion. The last 10 days, in my experience, has been the most embarrassing overreaction I have ever seen. I did not think last season could be topped in meltdowns, and it has been. I have seen people calling people out on YouTube shows, seen people wishing death upon people on Twitter. I got called a kiddie fiddler yesterday because I'm a main road wanker.
Jesus.
Wow.
And this is what is going on. Pedophile. So basically, yeah, people have lost their mind because of not winning a title. And I said something to everyone when I used to do this, when I used to do it. I said 6 months ago, I asked, and Kels was there and Louis was there, and I asked a very open question just to get opinion. I said, is it league or bust? And 9% of people went, nope, challenge him, fine, not a problem. Then it became league or bust last week because you're still in the title race. When you come out the title race, then the true feelings all come out then. And I get it. It's emotional and it's hurtful and I get it all. But this...
Can you remember my response? Can you remember my response back then, Martin?
I can't remember the individual response. Bloody hell. I've had a brain up since then.
Literally.
Literally. No, but like, because we know each other that well, I was like, it is what it is. And it's just like,
yeah,
no matter what the situation is, it's what it is. But there's this
nastiness that's come with it. I don't get the nastiness. I don't get the real nasty situation around it. That's the bit I don't understand. Well, I do. I think it's not even a football thing. I think it's a very world, just what's going on in the world now. Because in the last 7 days, I've seen race being brought into it, where you were born being brought into it, how old you are, you're either a baby or you're an old fart. And it's like, what are we doing here? You know, I was a baby once. I went to the games because of my dad and my granddad. My son comes to the games because of me. My grandson or granddaughter will go to the games because of my son and me. That's the way it goes. Yeah. I don't care if you've been a fan for 5 minutes or you live in Antarctica or you live on Button Moon. I don't care where you are from. I am not that person that everyone proclaims I am, because I'm really not. All I ever do is can we just have adult conversations? And they've gone beyond that. And you are spot on. There's a difference between saying, I want the Carabao Cup, I expect the Carabao Cup. Because the thing with the cup final is you could lose it on a dodgy referee decision.
Yeah. Or a red card.
Does that mean Pep should be sacked because a dodgy referee is given a silly decision?
Some people will blame it on that though.
This is what I mean.
You know that as well as me.
It's a knife edge. It's a knife edge.
I think it all depends on what the refereeing decision is. What happened in the context.
No, but my point is, we, as City fans, and I've said this to a lot of Newcastle fans, I've said to them, enjoy the journey. Because when you get to the destination, shit will change. Because you'll forget about the journey now. And what's now happened is, we've had one group of players and a manager, took 7 years to get to a journey. So we've enjoyed the journey, got to the destination. Some of these players, like a Kushinov and a Cherka and a Doku and a Savio and a whoever else, are experiencing this all for the very first time.
What do you mean?
And
what do you mean?
Well, they have to experience title races and things like that. Because with all due respect, Kushinov could come from.
I thought you were talking about abuse.
No. The abuse is different.
He saw some crazy shit when he was at Leon.
Yeah, but with all right, I'm going to say this in a different way. With respect, Manchester. I'm going to say this: Manchester City ain't Leon.
I know.
I'm talking about in a stature-wise and expectations, because there is
Yeah,
Man City do have an expectation. Yeah, there's a different pressure that comes with that. Kushinov, with due respect, had played about 25 games at Lons. Different experience coming into Manchester City and going,
does he look like a scared little player right now? I don't
no,
think he does.
no, but I'm not saying he is.
Pressure, and I've been very.
I'm not saying
him.
Kel. I'm not saying he is, but he's going to make. But Kelly's going to make errors.
That's fine.
He made an error.
Our most experienced
no, Kel, no.
It's
right,
fine. It's fine.
I know you're saying,
Kel, so it's
Kel,
can't just judge
you're saying it's fine. So you're saying it's fine. Why are we not allowing Semenyo to make the errors then? Why are we criticising 7 weeks into his City career?
He can make errors too. I mean, I prefer he doesn't.
No, I'm not saying right, Kel. I'm not saying you, Kel. I'm not saying you. I'm saying there are.
So I'm really giving him a lot of slack right now.
People have had to go at Gay. People have had to go to Donnarumma. They've had to go at When we bought Trafford, I did a space for 4 hours, and everyone was telling me, "Oh, we're buying a Championship keeper to play in the Champions League." That was the snobbery going round about it. And now,
taking the mick out of
6 months later, they all want to put Trafford back in net and get rid of Donnarumma. And I'm like, what? We did. This is like just flip-flopping all over the gaff. And it's because you're desperate to win. People are desperate to win, and I understand the desperation to win. I want to win. Because of my experiences, I can handle losing better, maybe. Mm-hmm. That just comes with age. That is where my age will come in. And I won't say age, experiences.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's like someone who's climbed Mount Everest 10 times and someone who's climbing it for the first time. They're going to deal with it better, cope with it better. That's all it is. I'm not saying I'm not one of these. I'm a better fan than you. I'm a bollocks. What I'm saying is I'm just a little bit more seasoned. I can handle the adversity in a better way. Of course, I get angry. Of course, I slam the table. Of course, I want to kick the cat round the bloody living room when we don't win. I don't sit there getting party poppers out when City lose like people think I do. You know.
Yeah.
Because it is what it is. People think these players and Pep Guardiola are not sat there at night hurt by what Pep said it tonight in his press conference. I haven't won 6 Champions League, so I should be sacked.
We know how Pep is. He says that kind of
know. Well, I know for a fact the players and the manager hear all this, and it does affect them. I know people laugh it off.
Hi.
But Kel, no, I know subconsciously you laughed it off the other day.
You're waving at Yasko. I need him to subscribe.
Nobody does. Nobody does. But people do. It does affect. At the end of the day, if someone kept saying I was shit day in, day out, I don't want to go and work, and I'm not motivated to go and work the next day. As a teacher, if I kept telling my pupils they're shit and they're thick and they can't and they'll never amount to anything, do you think that pupil's going to want to listen to me to learn?
No, but that's
different.
That's different.
It's not different. No, it's not. No, Steve, there's where you don't understand it. It's not different. It's not different.
I know, but
because they're still learning.
To listen to YouTube and hear people critiquing them. Nobody's forcing him to go on Twitter and interact with that kind of stuff.
Oh, Cal, that is the most. That is the most. No, Cal, come on.
You can't do that. Cal, you can't do that.
Cal, the first thing they do when they go in the changing room is pick the phones up. Come on.
That's their choice.
Yeah.
They're choosing to do that.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, then. Someone kills a family member. It's their choice.
No, those are not even remotely close to the same thing at all.
Whoa.
What you're doing is you're excusing the dickheads.
No.
Don't watch it.
The dickheads should not be saying what they're saying, but I'm just saying you don't have to look at it like.
Yeah.
Like I don't put myself in situations where I'm gonna be hurt. Like sometimes it happens.
They're in the public eye. They're in the public eye.
I'm not gonna go to their party so they can just hate me. You know what I mean? Like I stay away from them. I just avoid it.
But you're choosing to support that club they play for.
Mm-hmm.
So of course they're going to see it.
Snoopy says he's being around athletes because I know he deals with sports in Florida. But he says if the player isn't looking for it,
what?
sometimes it's family members sending them stuff that they see. And I've seen
Very
that where
easy solution.
you know,
tell your family members
it
don't send me
finds
that
you
stuff.
even when you're not looking for it. You're getting phone calls. Did you see this? Hey, sending you
It's a
this,
block
tweeting,
button.
texting you that. So I mean,
Yes,
is
the
it
block enemy button.
I think the easy thing to say is, hey, they just shouldn't look at it. They should ignore social media, all those things. And I see you, Harry. I'm going to get you on in just a second. I think that's the easy thing to say. And I think we say that because it absolves us of any responsibility as to what
That's
we
my
say,
point.
how we
We're
say
just
it, whatever.
Yeah, it's an excuse to get out being an
I'll
idiot.
give you an
Hold on.
example. Let me give you an example.
Hold on. I think it is fair to say that social media, you don't have an obligation to, be rah or whatever all the time, right? You can vent, you can say whatever. However, I think, and again, I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, hey, so-and-so, I don't think so-and-so played good today. Whatever, that's fine. What we have devolved to, though, is get them out of my club. Or I go on a tweet from, or a Instagram photo from Ederson's wife, and with her wife and the kids, and they're just having a picture of their family, and we talk and we criticize the player, the family. You all get out of my club, whatever. That is way too far. No. But I'm saying we as a City fan base, because I've seen City fans.
But they should just ignore it.
Supposed City fans that are doing this stuff. So we on the panel aren't saying this. So I don't think there's anything wrong with shows like this. But when I go target you in your social media and I bring my vitriol to you, that's wrong. That is wrong. Yeah, I can block them, but I can't unsee it. And now my wife, my kids, my whatever, I can't go back and put them in this protective bubble when people know. I think as a fan base, we have to be better. We have to be better than.
That's not going to happen, bro.
But
we're in the social media era. They're always going to be really.
And social media needs changing. That's making excuses
for those of us that are in these types of spaces to say to everybody else, "Hey, don't do that. That's silly. That's ridiculous. Don't be that person."
What happened to educating people to be better human beings?
That's what I'm saying. We should be telling people to be better. That doesn't mean that they're always going to do it, but I also think that we should tell people that, hey, when you do that, because again, none of us are in a position, I don't think anyway, where as I do my job, I get
Samuel
like that. Oh, let me get Harry on here because Harry's been waiting. Harry, what's up, man?
Big up, Harry.
What's up, Breezy?
All right, Kel. Right, I just wanted to add my views on this situation about what you just said, Kel. If that's all right, about the social media. Because
go ahead.
When I went to Juventus last season, Kel, I put a picture up of me in the ground, just a picture up before kickoff. And when I came back to the pub after full time, and I got back to the pub, I was getting called a spaz. Why has he got a limp? Look at the state of him bending down. Right? I didn't have to put that picture on, but I did. And then when I saw it all after full time, I didn't go like crying about it. I just thought, you know what? You're behind a keyboard. You're behind like your mum's box room. You don't know me personally like Martin does. You don't know what I'm capable of, and you don't know my disability. But that's people for you. That's what Martin's trying to say, Tarek and Louis. It's just about social media now.
Harry, I'm very sorry that happened to you. I remember posting support for you on that because I thought it was fucked up that people were doing that to you. And I've experienced that as well. I get all kinds of shit from people on Judge Mo. They call me a dumb American blonde woman who doesn't know what she's talking about. And I used to go read the comments and they would hurt me. So what I did is I stopped reading them and I stopped feeling hurt.
You just go full screen.
Yeah, like I just had to like that. That's how I deal with it. But obviously, I know players have social media obligations and all this stuff. But I think a block button exists. People are just jerks in this world. It's not just a social media thing. Nobody has manners anymore. Period. Because parents aren't educating their kids. It's wrong. It shouldn't have happened to you, Briggsy.
I'll say this on behalf. Like I know Briggsy's like me and him have like. We have additional needs, and he has like more worse than me, but he's stronger than me in that way. But having the needs that we fucking have is a struggle every single day. Harry knows that all too well. Martin knows that all too well, being the teacher and the contestant that he has. Having
I'm on the
those,
spectrum, bro.
I got autism.
So I know what it's like too.
No,
Yeah.
I got autism. I got ADHD.
Same.
And that's a struggle.
This has gone left big time. We're all out with each other's disabilities now.
No, I respect.
I'm not laughing about it. I'm laughing like we're all naming, listing each other's issues.
I respect Harry that much that I wish I was that strong as him. And Harry
but Louis, it's not even that for me. It's like someone tonight, and I'm not going to name them.
Those are still those cases because Harry has to go through that shit. He has to go through that shit.
Yeah, no, and it's just
and it's not right. It's not fucking right.
No, the difference is, it's like we can block, we can get rid of them, ignore them. I agree with that. We can, because we don't have an obligation.
It's the hydro effect.
Yeah, of course it is. I agree. Of course it is.
Louis, another worst thing I could have done after Juventus, I could have jacked going to Europe all in, but I kept going back because I thought these are people that don't know me. These are people behind the keyboard.
No relevance in your life.
These are probably
it's like me. Listen, I embrace being a
about jobs
main road wanker,
like little selfish people.
You know,
but I still kept going because I'm a fighter.
I don't mind being a pep sexual. Me and Harry are quite happy being pep sexuals. We're quite happy with it. I'll be a pep sexual.
Hold on, real quick. Let me say this real quick.
Go on.
I don't have, so I see Red Camp's comment. Footy Judge Mo is my guy. I love his content, but I agree a lot with his viewers can be toxic even towards me in the comment section sometimes. If allowed, Kelp's not gonna lie. So again, I go on Judge Mo's channel. Again, to your point, people in the chat are gonna say things because we're City fans, and so as a City fan, we're gonna be targeted of whatever. But at the end of the day, I don't think anyone, to me at least. To me, no one has been like overly toxic. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen. I don't want to group a group of viewers together. I think that's because you're new on that show. That very well may be. That very well may be. I'm not. Again, and that's why I said it has not happened to me. So I don't want to group people together and say all of. And I don't think you were doing this, but all of Footy Judge Mo's or all of Husam's or all of Terry Flewers or all of whoever, I don't even know any other people, all their viewers or their chat or whatever. I don't want to do that. Like I said, Judge Mo continues to give me and other City content creators a space to come on and have a conversation. So I appreciate that for him. I appreciate the viewers that have come over. And again, when we first got here, when everybody came over, at the end of the day, all I ask is that we be respectful. Be respectful if you come on channel, on screen. Be respectful in the chat. I don't care what team you support, whatever. I don't care any of that. Be respectful. And I've actually started to add moderators in the case or in the event that people aren't respectful to be able to deal with some of that. I've never had a moderator. This is a small channel. I don't even know what I needed a moderator for, but I want to make sure that if that does happen, we have people in place to do that. Yeah. So I'll tell you this. I don't think you're calling Judge Mo out, but I do want to say I have no issues with Judge Mo. And I don't even, again, maybe other people, again, I get the American thing. I get the, Plastic City fan. That's whatever.
No, but I don't get that. No, Tariq, I don't get that.
That's fair.
I don't get
that. That's fair, Kels. That's fair. And so if you get
one of the only ones
that's unfair. Yeah, that's an unfair statement, and that shouldn't happen. Yeah, and I would hope that most of his viewers or most people in general wouldn't do that. But I am certain that that's what you're getting, and you shouldn't get that. Go ahead, Mark.
Can I say it? The thing I was gonna. It's like people say, and I hear it, like delete social media. Rodri has no social media. Yeah, doesn't exist on it. Do you know he knows what's been said about him at the minute?
He needs to go to my Twitter page because all I do is glaze him.
But but I know. But this is the prop. This is
you gotta say.
They still find a way
like that, right? Don't you?
They find a way. I don't know how they do it. It's like Twitter. You can block someone on Twitter.
People go out of their way to be nasty.
But you still get it in your feed. I don't know how it does it. Even blocking them and not following them, and you still get it.
That with you though, can't I? Because you look at what's his face, Edison last season after the Club World Cup, how much shit him and his partner were getting, and they're still blocking.
Which is why he left.
And it was still coming through.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that was what really opened my eyes to how and I say we as a fan base, how in my mind, have devolved, right? Because I don't think we were always this way. And maybe it wasn't.
Down. Go touch some grass.
To be fair, maybe we've always been this way, and I'm just now seeing it because I'm connected with more.
No,
people.
me and Briggs will tell you now. No,
well, I'm just saying that it's possible, right? It is possible, but that situation with Ederson and his family, that made me angry, quite honestly, because it's like no one should get that level of hate just because they play a game. Again, my kid, when she was younger, she played soccer or football. She played that growing up, right? Mm-hmm. And I know that the keepers always got the most hate because if they scored a goal, then somehow it was the keeper's fault. It wasn't my daughter's fault, who was a defender. It wasn't the other three people on the back line with her. It was the keeper's fault or whatever, right? And it's unfair to that keeper to get that level of hate or even teammates looking at you crazy or whatever, right? This should never have happened. That's at this little bitty, this is high school, travel soccer. That's at that level. I can only imagine what he's getting as a professional whose job is to keep the ball at the back of the net. And quite honestly, he was giving up goals and we were all upset. But again, you can be upset about the goal being given up and you can even say, hey, that was his fault. But when you bring his family into it, and again, it's not even like he was posting his family. His wife was posting. Quite honestly, I would have never even known who Ederson's wife was.
Did you know Savio's wife was? Did you know Savio's wife was?
I don't know any of their wives. The only person's wife I know, and I don't know her obviously, but is Semenyo because they just did a bunch of videos when he first came to the club, and it was so I saw that. I've seen. Go ahead here, Brixie.
Yeah, again, this is where I come back to what I said about me. You don't know me personally. We're not mates with these footballers. Like, we don't go out clubbing with them. We don't go to pubs. We don't have parties with them, whatever. We don't know their family and we don't know their mental health. Like, look what happened with Ederson in the end. He was comfortable at City before that Club World Cup. Next minute, he's on his bike out of here because of all the threats to his kids. Akanji, yeah. Even Gundogan because of his bad season.
Yeah,
I don't even know Diaz's girlfriend, but I know the name. I don't even know what she's like from some. She's from some show, but I don't know what show it is. I've never watched it.
Love Island. Ooh.
Love Island. So I've never watched it, but yeah.
Tariq, I've never seen it at the level of Grealish, Ederson, Akanji. Gundogan. I've never listen. And me and Briggs here. I probably don't know how old Louis is, but we've seen some shit, and I mean shit. As in Georgia Summer.
We American fans have seen shit too from our American teams.
I'm a decade younger.
No, but Kel, I'm not meaning it in that way. So you're taking it straight away as a dig.
No.
I'm just saying we have a shared experience. I have the opposite experience with my American football team. My American football team, when I was born, was at the pinnacle, and they've been shit for 30 years. I went to a game last year, even though they're not very good. I still support them. And I think some people, I'm not pointing any people out, but I think sometimes you think that people in the UK just think that Americans or who are City fans who have kind of come in recently have never experienced anything whatsoever. But the truth is, a lot of us have with our American teams. So we can tend to handle it. So.
But I've never said. Whoa, Cal, because that is directed.
Yeah, I don't think
No, it wasn't.
I don't think she was directing at you per se. I just think. Go ahead.
I've heard it from a lot of people.
I'll tell you where there's a little bit of a difference because I agree. Yes, you have seen shit, but an American sport and English sport is different in a way. Because American sports can be a bit. But it can be a bit colder. Can be a bit cold, and it can be a bit because in America, if there's a player bad, you can just get rid. You can just draft them out and gone. We can't do that here.
No, you can't.
But I do. So
I've got family in America. Martin, I know it works.
Martin, I agree with you to an extent because again, what we don't have is an academy system, right? So. Yeah. So Phil Foden has been at Man City since he was however 7, 8, 9, whatever years old, right? So he has been affiliated with this club for 20 plus years, and he's only 26 years old, 27 years old. So he's been there forever, right? So we do not have that level of connection in American sports. That is an absolutely true statement.
And that's what
Because
I mean. I only know
drafts,
that because
I
coach two players. I coach 2 players now that now play professional soccer in America, and they've told me how it's very different, night and day, compared to the UK scene. Because the UK scene is
not getting you a job over here. What are we doing?
No, he didn't get me a job over there. Look him up. He's called. He's called Jordan Hall. He scored 42 goals for me in a season, and then pissed off to America and became a. He calls it soccer now, so I take the piss out of him. Yeah, he plays a professional college soccer, whatever it is.
So there's a club in my city that is just becoming professional. We need people. We need goal scorers. So if he's scoring 42 goals or 100, however many you said, come send him my way. We got
like the Phil Foden one's intriguing because Phil Foden, and I'm only going off the experiences, gets more slack, gets more hate from people abroad. I don't know why. And when I speak to people,
how do you know though?
I love Phil Foden, man.
Because I speak?
Stop, Paul.
Because I speak to people, a lot of people abroad, and they've told me directly it's because the local fan base call him everything else and they won't criticize him. That was the exact word.
I thought you were talking about like social media hate because like you can't.
No. I've had people. I'm not going to name them. They're in my WhatsApp, and they've actually said, if Phil Foden wasn't from your academy, well, they didn't call us locals. They said match-going fans would be more at him than what you are now. The words were, we feel as though you protect him more than anybody else. And I said, maybe that's so. Maybe, but I think that is a UK thing. That is a UK thing because Rashford got protected by United. Saka's protected by Arsenal. Louis Miley at Newcastle is very protected. I think that's just a UK thing because of the academy system.
UK thing. That's human nature. If you have a connection with people, you are going to protect them. There's a girl that played. There's a girl that played with my daughter. She's a year older. I think it's 1 year older. Who just got drafted by the Kansas City Current.
Nice.
Right? She's getting a chance to play professional soccer. Now, I'm not a Kansas City Current fan, but I'm a fan of this kid because I've watched her play when she was young. I watched her. Yeah. My kid played with her. My kid played against her. My kid played with her sister. All of these things, right? So there is a connection there that is deeper than a lot of other. And again, we're not like fans. We're not friends.
My childhood best friend, Noah Schultz. He's plays for the Chicago White Sox. He's on the AA affiliate.
So I think having that, if you have a connection, anything that gives you a connection makes it more a deeper connection or a deeper feeling or whatever. But to your point, I don't have that same connection with all of the city players. Now, that being said, what I've tried to do is put myself in that boat, right? Hey, I understand what they mean to the city. I understand what they mean to those people that are local. And just like if it was my local team, I try to back the academy kids. Now, that doesn't make them, and this is, I think, the difference. It does not make them immune from scrutiny or criticism. It just means that I have a closer connection. And so maybe I'm less likely to criticize them than I am somebody else. And I think that's just human nature. I think that's just human nature.
Yeah, but that's like me, right, for example.
It's definitely.
That's like me, for example. I've coached in rugby league. I've coached amateur teams. We've won trebles. We've won national cups at Wembley. And there's one of the players who plays for Hull Kayata, and they just won the treble in Super League. And there's the lad that I know who's the main halfback, who's won Man of Steel, which is Player of the Season. I used to coach him, and now he gets slack off Hull FC, which is the team I support for Super League. And he's getting all sorts like, oh, you're a pikey, you're a cunt, all sorts. Yeah. And I'm like, there's no need for that language because at the end of the day, he's just doing his job. He's a professional rugby player. Now I'm protecting him because I've got that connection, like Tarek said. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to back your own because you've seen their growth. You've seen them up and close.
So
you put more time and effort into it. you feel a bit more personal towards them.
And
whether that's right or wrong, that's up to an individual's thing.
Yeah,
you know,
Snoopy put a good reference for us as an Americans, right? No, I'm saying as an American, because we don't have that academy system. Again, you guys know I'm a fan of the Miami Hurricanes. Which is a college team. So it's in the Miami, Florida area. There are kids that grow up in that area that go on to play for that club or for that team. And so Snoopy living in the 305, which is what that 305 is, Snoopy living in that area, you get to see these kids when they're playing peewee football, little kids. And now they're growing up. Now they've made it to play for their hometown team. It's as close as we can get to an academy system in the U.S. because we don't have it. And so
I'll tell you what it is to me.
He wants to see for him, he wants to see Malachi Tony succeed because he's a hometown dude. So if I'm gonna throw the ball to Malachi Tony or to I forget the other guy who was on the right, he just transferred in from from LSU. What is his name? I've lost it. Anyway, or Ruben Bain. Mesidor is cool, but Mesidor isn't Bain because Bain is from the 305. He's from there. So House Captain Magnus says you have an affinity with DeMarcus Beasley. Yeah,
Beasley's a baller.
Beasley is local to me, and so I know his family. I know his mom, his dad. So
you called DeMarcus Beasley a baller.
Yes. Yes. And if you say CJ Daniels, thank you. If you say otherwise, Martin, if you say otherwise,
so Steve just proved my point. So Steve just proved my point. Steve just proved my point. American Links is a baller. People at City used to think it was shit.
I'm gonna hit the button to eject you, Martin. Don't do it.
Marcus Beasley was on a Champions League semi-finalist team as their starting fucking winger.
Well, we never got that player at City. Sorry, Steve.
World Cup
we will not tolerate DeMarcus Beasley slander on this channel. It will never.
I won't mention Claudio Reyna then.
You can talk about Claudio Reyna all you want to. I don't care about Claudio Reyna. See, again, this is the difference because I have a connection to Beasley. I have no connection to Claudio Reyna.
Tariq, that's why I've just said it.
Yeah,
you just proved the whole point of it all.
I agree.
Exactly. You've got a connection to be. So it's like Pat on our channel. You know he's an Aussie. When I talk about Danny Tiato, or I talk about Simon Colosimo, or I talk about Danny Allsop, and he's like, yes. And I'm like, do not
talk fucking shit about fucking shit about him, innit?
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? And this is what I mean. I think everyone does it. All German fans will back the German players. All Belgian people will back the Belgian. That's just nationality thing. That's just what happens.
See players in Lewis Hamilton for backing their local player. It's like
yeah.
Yeah.
But what's wrong is at the minute is people have turned supporting City into you've got to show your passport. I don't give a fuck where you're from.
Yeah.
Who's doing that though?
Loads of people. Like, you know who. I'm not gonna out them on here. Kel, I'm not gonna out them on here.
Sparkus.
Oh.
When we start outing people's tweets and everything else, come on. It's wrong. It's wrong.
Steve with the ballistic right now.
What we just got to do is we just need to be, do you know, going back to we're hurt, we're upset, we want to win. Of course we do. But
it
is what it is.
You know what the picture is really.
And sometimes just let them rant and let them vent, and you don't have to comment on their posts. You don't have to watch their screams to get offended by it. Like sometimes just let people do their thing and let them get their energy out and all that stuff. I feel like if you go in looking for trouble, you're going to get trouble back, and then some people get offended by that, and it's like, well,
but
nobody reached out to you, reached out to them, and then
that's like saying, hang on, but that's like saying don't walk down a dark alley.
Exactly.
Yeah,
don't
do
do that. That's a bad,
don't walk down a dark alley.
That's a bad idea.
No, because I don't want to fucking. I don't want to.
Do you know the picture?
Hang on, no, I'll tell you where I disagree with. I don't
take that back.
That's something I disagree with.
About the dark alley. Take that back about the dark alley. That's just bad.
No, because Alan says stuff to me. Alan has said stuff to me, and other people have, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to open that can of worms. I don't believe in this. Let people say whatever they want and let them vent, because I think that's just.
This is like the pep
Sorry,
out
I don't
stuff,
agree with it.
This is the pep out stuff. This is what annoys me.
I don't agree with
it. Shout pep out all you like, but you need a plan with pep out. I've been saying this.
Wait, all right, I want to explore this.
So I don't have time to get into the pep out conversation because I'm going to cut it off because we're 2 hours in, and if I don't cut it off, we'll be here for another hour or more. So I'm not gonna get into
Tarek, we'll probably still be talking about this until we have our stream on Thursday.
Well, I'm gonna say I want to do a different. I'm gonna do something about the pep out thing because I agree with Briggsy that you have to have a plan, and we can talk about. Yes.
Could I just say something quickly to Cade in the chat? Right.
Sure.
Cade, you just need to prepare yourself. Company's building a project, right? At Bayern, they're slamming it. If he wins the Champions League this season, right, they're going to offer him a new contract potentially, and he's buying for the summer, building longer. And then what if the unlikely event happens? Pep stays on. You've got to prepare yourself for the worst. That's all I'm saying to you. It's not a guarantee company's coming.
Yeah, and also let me say one thing to you about that is I know like right now when we have Pep, I want to be in win everything mode because I know how special it is that he's going to be here, and when he does leave eventually, I will not feel the same way about like, oh, we have to win everything. But while we have him, you can up your expectations a little bit, and especially when you give him a lot of players and stuff like that, you can. I think you're allowed to, but I wouldn't just necessarily think that people are going to carry on the same expectations after Pep, but probably a lot of people will, but not everyone will. Because
stop making sense.
You can go back to kind of what it was like before Pep, and that was still very successful. Like that was still very good. Like I would never expect the next manager to win 6 out of 7 titles. I would never expect that. I don't even know how Pep did it. Like it's that special of a thing, and you just kind of have to treat it as its own. Like we're living in the era now. It's not always going to be that way, and then when the era ends, well, we can adjust our expectations then.
Yeah, I got more stuff on here that we didn't get to. The Pep out thing is on my list. There's the Rodri conversation, staying or is he going to stay? Or is he gonna go?
I will avoid the Pep out one.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to talk about Pep out tonight. I may just do a separate video.
Ready for
whatever. It's gonna no. Pep is going to leave at some point, so be ready for that. Yes, but for us to run him out, fire him, kick him out, that's a different conversation, and we're not going to get into it because I just said we're not.
That's my biggest issue with everything at the minute. But we want to run players out, we want to run Pep out, and we never used to be like that. We never ran anybody out of town. We
haven't run anybody out.
They don't like what we're seeing,
But so yes,
Cal stop. Tough Teddy said the kidder. Tough Teddy said the kidder because fans don't decide it.
So I think there is.
That's just because we discuss it. We have no say on who comes, goes, or stays.
And we're going to get into this conversation. I can't help it. So
doesn't mean we can abuse either.
So I think that there's a conversation to be had, right? There's a conversation to be had about whether or not football has left Pep behind. You can have that conversation and feel whichever side of that conversation you want to be on. There's going to come a day where we looked at Sir Alex Ferguson and said he needs to go. He's been left behind. We looked at Arsene Wenger and said he needs to go. He's been left behind. There's a conversation that's going to happen at some point, whether you think it's now or not. Is Pep being left behind, or has he been left behind? I don't particularly think so. We didn't win, but that doesn't mean he's been left behind. We can say, well, the game is different now. It's more about set pieces. It's not about quote unquote tiki-taka and all this kind of stuff. There's a conversation to be had, but I don't think personally it makes sense to try to push Pep out when he's only got one more year on his contract anyway. Let him finish his contract, and then he goes with the full blessing of everybody. He goes on, and we have a transition to make. I just don't think it makes sense to be like, oh, get him out in shortcut, and now put us in a position where we have to try to find our next manager right away. It's going to happen at some point. Why speed it up? And again, if you think about when those huge charismatic managers left, those clubs went deep down, not just down, they went deep down. And you can't help but go down because you're losing this charismatic force on your, there's going to be a drop off when Pep leaves. What the club is trying to do and what Pep is trying to do is make sure that drop off is as minimal as possible for as short a time as possible. Again, you can say, hey, Pep has made wrong decisions, and I would agree with you on that. You can say Pep doesn't get it always right. I would agree with you on that. But I got an article here from 2018 where Arsene Wenger took the seismic decision to walk away from Arsenal on his own terms because he was mindful of the very real threat that he would be sacked at the end of the season. Did that make them better in the short term? No. Did they eventually figure it out with Arteta? Yeah. But that was however many years later down the road.
How many managers did Arsenal go through?
Yeah, that's my point. So pushing Pep out today. No, because it was Emery. It was
Arteta.
Emery to Arteta.
Two.
Okay.
Really?
I feel like there was somebody else in there, but you're probably right. So yeah. So, but
damn.
Yeah. And how long did it take Arteta to figure it out? And quite honestly, if Arteta hadn't been previously there, would he have gotten the time? Because they didn't give that time to Emery.
See,
he got time, and so he was able to figure it out. Are we going to give? How many years did it take Arteta? Forgetting the first, I think he won was it an FA Cup the first year?
I swear to God, if they lose this, if they go trophyless,
how many years has he been trophyless? Right? If we bring in a Vincent Kompany as a replacement for Pep, are we going to give him 5 years to be trophyless, 4 years to be trophyless? Are we going to give him 3 years to be trophyless? No, it's not going to happen.
But they didn't spend money for the first couple of years for Arteta. We're going to spend the money. I think we're going to give the next manager a very good squad.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we're going to have expectations.
Thing is, Kelster,
I think we are going to give them like instead of where Arteta was in year one, where he had to dismantle that entire squad and then rebuild it. That took him several years. I think we'll just be further along the step. We'll be at the rebuild phase. So we'll be like 2 or 3 years ahead of where Arteta was when he started. So I don't think obviously it's not going to be the same as Pep, but it'll still be a good squad. We should be competing for Champions League. That's probably, I think we'll have a good enough squad for that because I think our owners care enough and they'll back.
But we know, but Kels, we know that just spending money isn't enough. Yes. So just because we have a good squad, just because we're willing to spend money, just because all those things isn't enough to guarantee that. And I'm using Vincent Kompany, who is my favorite City player of all time. It does not matter whoever else you name. Vincent Kompany is my favorite.
How much Man United spent?
If he comes in as our manager, there's no you're going to have unrealistic expectations. You will never succeed.
What's the saying? Who wears the crown has responsibility or something like that.
Something like that.
What's the saying?
He who wears the crown wears it heaviest or something.
There you go.
Right. Heavy is the crown. Heavy is the head. I don't know.
Yeah, heavy is the head. Yeah. At the end of the day, money is irrelevant to me.
Who do you go get though? Because if you're not going to get, sorry, my bad. Go ahead, Steve.
You guys are not Morecambe Town. Y'all are not FC Mets. You're not some shithole team that is expected to do nothing. Y'all have expectations.
Exactly.
Stuff.
Has anyone asked the question of
for a new manager, and that's okay.
But as a question, who do you go get though? Do you go get Do you go get do you try to go get Luis Enrique, assuming he would be willing to leave? Of course you would try it, but then he's had issues with Donnarumma, so that doesn't make sense.
Well,
do you go get?
Wants to run Donnarumma.
One second.
But I like this question.
Whoever you go get, if you go get him now, hold on, real quick, Martin. If you go get somebody right now today, and we push Pep out at the end of the season, you know what's going to happen? There's a World Cup. There's a World Cup that's going to happen, and there's managers not going to have any time for a preseason. So whoever we get, again, if we push Pep out now, it is doomed for failure, in my opinion.
Right, Tarek, you shouldn't be doing it like this, because if you're going to be Pep out and you're going to kick him out in the summer, right, you need a foolproof plan. And I've said this to Martin privately and on his channel time and time again. Is the new manager going to be sustainable for the long term, or they're just going to be short term? By that I mean short term 2 years, long term 5 at tops. Are they going to be working with the board, or are they going to have a clash with Hugo Viana? Are they going to want the job, like I said about company? Will they want to continue with build that buy, or will they want to come now? And also, do they suit the club philosophy, the style of play? Who's out there that'll suit that style of play? You've got to think of these questions. You've got to think like a director of football. It's all right screaming, Pep out, get the fuck out my club. But you need a plan, and you need someone that fits the style of philosophy within the club. And they're going to be a short-term plan or a long-term plan. And this is why I don't want company, because the way some people are treating Pep now, it is ludicrous. Because like you said, and Martin agrees with you, and I do, if we're going to hound company out, because he will, this is a fact, he will go through a losing run, because it's a transitional period, like David Moyes after Fergie, thrown into the deep end. Managers after long sustainable managers, Pep, Wenger, Fergie, all these managers are set up to like crash under the bridge because these players aren't used to a new philosophy. So my point on this is, what happens when company goes through a bad period? Are fans going to say he's shit, get him out, sack him, and we're back to phase 1? Or are we going to give company time and ride the storm? Because if you're going to hound him out, people will forget his playing legacy, what he did as a captain, all them Premier Leagues he got for us, the FA Cups, the League Cups. That'll mean nothing if you're company out. I've had my rant.
Yeah, so...
And by the way, I'm seeing it with Lampard. Sorry, I'm seeing it with Lampard, seeing it with Solskjaer, all these legends of the clubs. Fans
I've seen Liam Rosini at Hull City. Yeah, some people didn't like Rosini, the style of play, and he played for us in an FA Cup final.
Do you know what even sadder is? Liverpool fans have treated their manager better than we treated Pep at the moment.
Are you serious?
Jurgen Klopp won. Yeah.
Hold on. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Slot, or are you talking about
Jurgen Klopp?
Killed.
All flat out right now.
Jurgen Klopp. No, yeah, Slot does, yeah. Jurgen Klopp won 1 Premier League in God knows how long.
He also won a Champions League.
He's God in Liverpool. Right, so does Pep. So does Pep. Stay. You can't compare Pep to Klopp, because Pep's absolutely trout. That's my point. But we're treating Pep like shit. At Liverpool, they treat Klopp like a god.
Yeah, because
there's a difference.
Because one manager set a certain standard, and one manager
stay. No, this is what I mean. Can't you just accept?
Hold on, let him
some of our fans are idiots.
Read your comment,
Martin. Look at this though.
So let me read it. I'll read it. Y'all won with Pellegrini and Mancini. I wouldn't worry about life post Pep. Yeah, it won't be as amazing, but your club has a good track record of hiring a manager who wins domestic trophies.
Liverpool did not before Klopp.
That's what I was trying to get at too, with what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, that's the difference. That's why.
All right, stay. I didn't want to say this. No, well, I won't say it. Some of our fans have joined since the treble, though, stay.
I know.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
So like when that treble, when that
those kind of people,
right? Yeah, so when that treble goes, some of them won't be there.
Yeah,
that's fine.
You won't do the patient road.
Yeah.
Then let them go be Arsenal fans now. That's fine.
Because they want the trophies, Kelster. They won't have the time for like a blip.
Do you think there are more Bulls fans in 1995 than there are in 2025?
Oh God, there's no Bulls fans anymore. They've all,
Steve, I don't want to go back into this, but when I'm called a Pep sexual and I'm a member of a cult, Do you know what I mean? And Kel knows exactly who I mean by that. When I'm called a pep sexual and a cult member, nah, piss off.
Steve, can I ask you a question?
Well, last thing, and then we're gonna move. Go ahead.
Yeah, Steve. So Newcastle, club legend. You was thrown in the deep end in 2008-9. How did you feel when Shearer came in? Because ultimately it ended in relegation.
Yeah, so
That's a club legend.
I've only been a Newcastle fan since 17-18. However, after my research on that, when Shearer got the interim job, people were excited just off the fact that there's a club legend in there. And basically everybody knew that team was going down. So it was one of those. But it is what it is, bro. Like, Mike Ashley ran us to the fucking ground and relegated us twice. So.
And Shearer was heartbroken when you went down. That's why I didn't want to take the job on full time.
Yeah, and I completely understand, and he's not a manager anyways, so I don't know. But that's the difference, bro. You just talked about a club that had an incompetent owner. Now we have a competent one, albeit I think they do some things wrong. You guys have a competent owner. So I kind of trust that you guys will hire. It's like with why do you think Chelsea fans liked Abramovich so much? It wasn't even the fact that they would win trophies. It's that they could go from Mourinho to Ancelotti to who won them their fucking interim, won them a Champions League, and then Mourinho came back, won them a Premier League. Abramovich made a lot of good coaching hires, multiple good coaching hires. You guys have had the same ownership, have made multiple good hires. Pellegrini was not as good as fucking Pep, and Mancini isn't. Company, I think, could do what Mancini did or what Pellegrini did. Maybe not to what Pep does. I think that's all I'm trying to say. I don't think you guys are going to be battling relegation. Like
I think I would as well, but there's a lot of people who wouldn't, because you know why I know they wouldn't? Because we've had potentially, and they're not even yet, we've had one trophyless season and potentially another one, and people are all up in arms. If whoever comes in doesn't win the league every single year, it's going to be unfair. And maybe to your point, Kels, what I think I heard you say earlier is that your expectations for Pep are going to be different than your expectations for everybody else. So for Pep, you expect to win the league most seasons, if not every season. So that's fair.
If I'm being told you're the best manager in the sport, then I do have higher expectations.
Yeah, no, and that's fair. I think that's fair, but I just don't, as a collective fan base, I don't think that we are there. And I think that my fear as a company fan is we bring him in and he gets run out of town. The man who's got a
Tariq, you never know.
A statue. I don't, and I hold on. I do want him to come. I do want him to come.
We're gonna run Pep out of town.
I just don't want him to come in behind Pep. That's my only issue, not behind Pep.
You remember how certain Man United fans were with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? How loyal they were to him, even though that they did not do that great with Ole. They didn't win shit. They
all turned him in the stadium. They all turned on him in the stadium.
No, not until way later.
No, they did stay. They did.
Not until way later, bro. Way later.
He wasn't there that long.
All right.
He was there for like 3 or 4 years, bro.
I want to say this. We're gonna move. We're gonna cut it off. I want to say thank you so much to everyone. What's that?
We'll let you go get dinner.
Well, again, so I was going to cut it off 20 minutes ago, and we've gone 20 minutes more. But I want to say, first of all, thank you to everyone that has been here, some of you have been here the entire time watching. I certainly appreciate it. Thank you so much for just hanging out with me on this channel. Appreciate it.
Do you want to carry this on tomorrow on stateside
to there you go. To all of the guests that have been on, whether they're here now, Luke from Not in My Lifetime.
By the way, you're gonna have my 60 on fucking Thursday as well.
So Steve Strasberg, who is first time on the channel, appreciate you, man. Thanks. I've seen you on with Kels before, so appreciate you for stopping by.
That's all I do in my life. I just stream with her.
Yeah, everybody knows Martin.
We took over Patrick's channel.
I'll say everybody knows Kels from True City Fan TV. Again, please do me a favor. Go out and support all of your local, or not even local, all of your city content creators, all footy content creators, because everybody's putting a lot of work in trying to create these videos, trying to create these spaces for you to have your say and to just talk footy in the game that we all love. So give everybody support. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. I do want to share something with you before we go, and I'm going to add this to the stage, but you guys know, those of you that are here on a regular basis, you know I also record and I pod with Shades of Blue, which is another podcast here in the US. So we have, for the first time ever, to celebrate 4 years. We've been together for 4 years, been talking about City for 4 years, and the channel has grown and it talks about a lot of different things. There's a lot of different shows on there. But for us, Shades of Blue, the podcast was the original. And so after 4 years to celebrate, we're creating these shirts, these jerseys, these shirts, these kits, whatever phrase you want to use. But it is $40 through Olive and York. I am going to post the link in the chat. You don't have to buy one. I'm not trying to pressure anybody.
That's a 13-14 stripe.
Yes, it is. That is what it's based off of. And then right there in the middle is the catchphrase that we say at the end of every show. If Crunk was on, he would say it, but it's, you know, the vibe, Shady Gang, Shady Gang, Shady Gang, right? So this is the shirt that we've created to celebrate 4 years. We think it reflects who we are, and, you know, just, again, to celebrate 4 years. So if you're interested, their link is in the chat. I just posted it. You can click the link and it will take you out there. Shirts are $40. If you want to get it personalized with your name and the number on the back, then it's additional $5. So any and all support is welcome.
Can you do Happy Clapper?
You can put Happy Clapper on the back if you want. Absolutely. I was trying to determine.
Can you do expletives?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I haven't tried it.
Main road anchor. Maybe I don't.
Just W and then like a couple asterisks. It will not mean.
Yeah, I'll get away with it.
If
number one main road anchor.
Yeah, but certainly want to make this available to folks. If you follow me on Twitter, I probably posted it as well, so you can find it in my Twitter post or whatever tweets if you go back and look at those, if you don't get a chance to grab it from here. But I did want to post that because, again, I'm excited about, you know, what we've done. 4 years is a long time, and so before I was ever recording or potting or streaming with Martin or LB or whoever else, this is where it started for me, and I'm excited about it. So I wanted to share it with you guys. So hopefully, if you're interested, you can do that. But otherwise, again, I do appreciate everyone. If you haven't already done it, I know we've lost quite a few of the people that were here. It's been a long night. Some of you guys got started at 12:30 in the morning, and now we've gone 2 hours later. So it's already almost 3 o'clock for you. So certainly appreciate being here.
Is this how long our stream on Thursday is going to go?
No, no, it is not going to go, because Thursdays are cut off. Like it's like an hour and a half at most, and we cut it off. So no, it's not going to go that long. But certainly appreciate everyone. Again, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It will do me a world of good. Appreciate you in advance for doing that. Also hit the like button, and again, subscribe to all these guys' channels. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here, and we will see you again next Tuesday.